boost pack every NFL playoff game day.
21 plus and present in Pennsylvania. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-771-1300. That's 800-771-1300.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
WPEN and WPEN HD1 Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station celebrating 65 years of broadcasting. 97.5 Middays with Marks, the voice you trust. John Marks, all Philadelphia, all day. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
All right, is this thing on? It's on. Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic. Live on 97.5 FM The Fanatic. As people driving to Home Depots and Lowe's to wait in line for hours to get a shovel. If you don't have a shovel by now, what are you doing? Good morning, everybody listening on 97.5 FM. WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia. Appreciate you still listening on the FM dial, on the 97.5 The Fanatic app, which is amazing. You got to check it out. Take it with you. The Fanatic app. Good morning, everybody watching live on YouTube. Hey, everybody. Make sure you subscribe to 97.5 The Fanatic. All of our live shows, you can watch them on demand. All of like Todd Zalecki we had on yesterday. We put that interview up there standalone so you can listen to that. Thousands and thousands of people check that interview out from yesterday. It is excellent. So good morning, everybody out there watching on YouTube. As we say good morning, he makes his triumphant return from being a big star on TV yesterday. Mr. Ray Dunn. Raymond, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
It's a feel-good Friday. I feel great.
I'm glad.
My daughter wasn't throwing up all night, and I wasn't laying on a bathroom floor with her all night. That did not happen.
Definitely didn't happen.
And now I'm being told she's sobbing at home because she's not feeling well. There you go. Good morning, Ray. As we welcome back 2 days in a row.
How about that?
Sean Brace. Good morning, Sean.
Oh, it's great to be back with you. Back to back, belly to belly. And
bumper to bumper?
Yes. Moving forward, when the Sixers and Flyers don't preempt me, I will be Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So that's pretty cool. 3 days in a row here on the Fanatic, of course, 2 with you, and on Mondays as well. A lot of confusing moving parts, but we'll figure it out over the next few weeks. It's exciting, though, John. Feel Good Friday. Oh, man, and I'm feeling great.
It's a Feel Good Friday. Do we have the make me feel good? Can you make me feel good? You know what that's from, Ray?
Nope.
I guess it's like 30 years old now. I had it on VHS.
I was going to say, this is a John and Sean show deal from back in those days.
And Bruno. Bruno used to always play that.
Was it?
Well, he had it, but I used to use it.
Yeah.
We used to use it more
Tony
frequently.
used to travel with that sound machine on him.
He did.
Yeah, in his car. You know, he'd be hitting drops.
Well, no, he hit number 2. You think he's putting on the Fanatic, and it's you're following me,
boom,
camera
boom,
guy.
boom, boom.
All right, well, so listen, an amazingly exciting game last night with the 76. I'm just going to throw it out there. Who wants to start today?
Oh, John, I got the juice. I am fired up. And let me just throw this caveat out there for the people. I don't want to be this guy. I went to bed last night and said I should sleep on a take before I put it out there. That's where I'm at mentally when it comes to what I'm about to just say to you right now. I'm sorry. After last night, and we're 43 games into the regular season, your team, your town, your Philadelphia 76ers are contenders for the East. It's as simple as that. I'm not forcing it. This isn't something that, it's contrived sports talk radio. That game last night was excellent and a perfect example. Number one, just look at the box score. Maxey 30-plus. Oubre played a game.
Man.
Joel Embiid, forget the triple-double, 9th in his 11 years of play here at the NBA level. Put that to the side. How about he led the game in minutes played? 46, John. He was spry. He was quick. He had an unbelievable first step at times, filling it up from the outside. Leading the charge, Joel Embiid. Did he find the fountain of youth? No. But damn it, we're 43 games into the regular season, and I'm sorry. If you're not believing that this team can make some noise, maybe you don't want to go as far as I am right now saying they're a contender for the East. I just think you're doing yourself a disservice as a sports fan, as a Philadelphia sports fan, because this team is new and fun. The rookie having a great season. Nick Nurse is actually coaching worth a damn. I'm shocked. We had ball movement yesterday. And the Houston Rockets, I'm sorry to just keep bloviating and going on and on. I think Ray will join me in on this. The Houston Rockets are a good ball club. They were arrested. They're right there. I think they're the 4 seed in the West.
Oh, they were arrested. I thought you said they were arrested.
No, they were arrested.
I was wondering what happened in Center City after that game.
Actually, Durant
We have a good club.
was on the main line. He went to Nova the night before, but they were rested. This is the front end of a back-to-back for them on the road. That was a perfect game for you to just settle in and say, all right, Sixers, show me something. And the final thing I'll say is they didn't just beat them once. They beat them 2 times. 2 times. What a terrible call at the end of the regulation. For them not to get that right is just mind-blowing.
Why can't you review that?
Oh, what are we doing? You review everything, but you can't review that?
That's unbelievable.
That.
Yeah, the play that's actually easy to review as opposed to other plays that aren't as easy to review and are certainly more subjective. Yep.
I'm all in. I'm in. The Houston Rockets, best team in the league in rebounding. The Sixers tied them in the box score last night. So many things that just showed me, okay, hey, man, they deserve our attention, and I'm not going to force it. I'm not going to tell you that you need to believe that things will be different, but they deserve your attention.
Oh, there you go. All in, Ray. All in.
Are we playing the song? Are we going to do it?
Play the damn song, Ray. Can we do it? Because I know it hasn't been done before. Sean, tell me if you think this is a good idea. After every Sixers win, I yell, play the damn song, and then we play that.
I love it.
It could become a thing.
It could be.
What do you think, Ray?
I don't think it's ever been done on a midday show, especially not on the Fanatic.
It is not. I can tell you that for sure.
Nah, never once. Never once did I play the song 50 times in a 1 hour during a 76ers Celtics series.
But you know what? Last night's game gave you that kind of juice. It did. So Ray has been the one that has been saying, yeah, what the hell do I care? Sure, I'm all in. Let me do a cannonball into the deep end. I know what's going to happen, but let me do it.
Yeah, this is pretty much where I've been. And yesterday I took my first step towards the football. Lucy's sitting there holding the football. I'm Charlie Brown, but I took the first step last night.
Whoop.
I've been staring at it, and I've been thinking about putting it through the uprights, and I'm ready to put it through the uprights. Man, it's just fun watching that team, and honestly, just watching Embiid drop 30 consistently now. Like, there was a point, you remember, right before Christmas, we were doing that return show. That was when I finally hit rock bottom, and I was like, you know what? I've been with Embiid through this entire thing. I was like, I don't know if he's ever going to be able to stay consistently healthy again. There was the stretch at the beginning of the season. I think his first 10 games of the season, he's averaging under 20 points per game.
Yep.
And I'm sitting there like, oh, like one knee, then the other knee, and I hit the point where I was like, I don't know if I could do it anymore. Thank goodness I could do it again. I mean, he's dropping 30. Maxey's an all-star starter. We got the gift of VJ Edgecombe in what he was from the season from hell. We got the guy that gave us the sexy as hell drop. Like, we should feel great today about what they are as a team, while acknowledging the reality that we've been through 7 times at this point. It feels 6-7 times.
But you know what you haven't had before? Tyrese Maxey as an all-NBA player. VJ Edgecombe, who has balls. And Embiid's not playing, he'll take 20 shots. Embiid's playing, he's comfortable taking less shots. Kelly Oubre.
Oubre's playing well after the injury.
Is playing great.
Yep.
You have Paul George, which, listen, is he worth the contract? Of course not, but he's a good player still.
Had his moments last night. Box score didn't show it, but he had his moments.
He had a good game last night.
Yeah.
They have a rotation. They have a backup center that gives you legitimate energy minutes, can rebound, can block shots in Bona. And Joel Embiid looks fantastic. He really does. And Ray, he's not going to stay healthy. He's not going to be. He's not finding the fountain of youth. He's not getting HGH injected into his knees, and it's going to fix his knees. But you know what? It may not matter because the rest of the team can get you there. Remember when they said we're not going to play Embiid on back-to-backs, and he's miraculously, by doing that, going to be healthy in the playoffs? I don't believe that for a second. But with what this team is and the fact you have a backcourt of young studs and you have a legitimate rotation and you have a Kelly Oubre, adding Embiid to that mix, they're showing that you don't need, they're never out of, it doesn't seem like, at least in this most recent stretch, even when he's not playing back-to-backs or he misses a couple of games, you can pretty much put him right back in. They figured out how to incorporate Embiid into the game when he does play, and when he doesn't play, they know how to play without him. Because once the playoffs start, they're going to need to be able to play with him. And it's a matter of now they don't have to overdo it. When he's playing like he was last night, let's go. Like, he was unbelievable. I had freaking triple-double. Defensive rebound, scoring. He had it last night. You felt it. He had energy.
Yep.
When he doesn't have it, you don't have to force feed him. He doesn't have to be the only guy that can get a bucket. You have multiple other options. This is the best team that they've had, definitely since the Ben Simmons I'm not going to dunk against the Hawks team.
Yeah.
And probably since the Jimmy Butler, Redick losing to Kawhi Toronto Raptors team. That was a really good team that should have made an NBA Finals that didn't. So I don't know if they're as good as that team. They're not that far off.
No.
Not the way Maxi's playing right now.
Well, it's interesting you say that, and I agree. And I think what took place last year opened a lot of eyes, right? Got a lot of attention. Tyrese came out and said, that's not going to happen. That can't happen. My career isn't long enough for us to have a losing season like we did last year, where they weren't even competitive, and it was just a disgrace. So you see that type of urgency, which is number one for me throughout the course of the season. And again, we're past the sniff and butt stage here. We're 43 games into this bad boy. Like, what else did you want to see? I'm not here telling you that this team can go 7 games with Oklahoma City in the finals come June, but it's January 23rd. They had a game last night against a really good team in the Houston Rockets, and they got another one coming up at 3 o'clock on Saturday down at the Xfinity Mobile Arena against the New York Knicks. What are you going to say then when they beat the Knicks on Saturday?
And the Knicks are really scuffling. They've lost. I don't know if they played since I've seen it. They were 2-9 in their last 11. Karl Anthony Towns is getting crushed.
They just beat the Brooklyn Nets 2 days ago, 120-66.
Yeah,
that box score. The Sixers had 68 at halftime last night. Brooklyn Nets scored 66 in a game. Look, put it all that to the side. I think the most important thing is Sixer fans are like, as Brendan's checking in, don't buy in, Sean. They'll let you down again. But he puts in quotations. They can be kind of fun to watch at times, though.
They're fun. Bottom line, let's not talk anything but that. I can tune into a game, and I love it.
Hello.
The game was great last night. Even when they're not winning games every game, which they're not doing right now, you're still checking in. If Maxey struggles, they're going to struggle to win games if Embiid's out. And Maxey struggled against, what was the other night they lost?
Suns.
The Suns.
Yeah.
Yeah, Maxey didn't have a great night.
No, he did not.
It's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. But, and Ray, I hate to do it because I don't want to be, anytime I jump on the Flyers or the Sixers, they go straight to hell. But, there's no reason this team can't win a playoff series. And I'm going to start there. I'm not going to go even worry about the Eastern Conference Finals or getting to an NBA Final because I shouldn't be worried about that.
Am I going too far by saying they're contenders for the East?
No.
Oh, I like that.
They are contenders for the East. Now, and you had mentioned the Knicks game. When was the last time we actually, for a regular season game in February, not even in February yet,
correct,
where you said it and my reaction was, that's right. They are playing the Knicks on Saturday. Oh, I wonder if those Knicks fans are going to be coming down.
Snowstorm.
Oh, yeah, maybe they don't.
They'll
be
coming
early. Yeah.
Well, but I don't think they make the trip because of that. And I feel like that's kind of
But I feel like, you know what
whiny.
I feel like? Come down anyway
Yes.
because the Sixers got you. All right? That's how I'm feeling.
flexing right
now.
Flexing.
Yeah.
Look, the Sixers are fun. I know that it needs to start there for a lot of us because we've been beaten down and, if you don't support the team, like those diehard fanboy bot accounts come at you and attack you when you're just trying to be like, hey, man, I've been down this road before. You know what's interesting, though, as we say, we've been down that road before, and you were here. I didn't move to Philadelphia till 2004. Did you have the same vibe? Now, I was Eagles fan, surrounded by Eagles fans, whatever. But did you in this city have the same vibe of every year throughout the course of the regular season as we have right now with the 76ers, with the Eagles coming up short in the NFC Championship game, where we know that the Sixers are allergic? They got to the ECF. No, they never got to the ECF. That was the second round against the Raptors. Excuse me.
Correct.
They're allergic to the ECF. Yeah, so I get it. People feel that way, but were you feeling that type of way throughout the course of the early 2000s with the Eagles?
Yeah, the 1 year. Are you talking about with the Eagles or with the Sixers?
No, with the Eagles as far as like the regular season where you're like, oh, man.
Well, no, it was hurry up and get to the playoffs. It wasn't fun. T.O. made it fun. But like the
03, you didn't have fun.
Well, I mean, no. That team wasn't very good. They went through a stretch where they got on a hot streak. It was after Westbrook's punt return. At that point in the season, it was like no one was thinking the Eagles were going to the Super Bowl. And then they caught fire, and then they got their ass kicked against the Panthers. And then when they brought in T.O., that changed things. But at the same time, it was still get to the playoffs. But you knew it was a different team with T.O. It was a different team. They were ready to go to the Super Bowl, and they did. We've been waiting, and like at least with the Eagles, you never stopped waiting like it's going to happen. A lot of people have given up on this team. We've been through coaches, we've been through other players, we've been through Ben Simmons, we've
front
been
office,
through Jimmy Butler, we've been through front office, we've been through everything. And yeah, like if you were the same fanboy that was telling me I was wrong about Ben Simmons, and I was like, I was not anti Ben Simmons. I was like, well, this dude's totally cooked in the head. He's done. You think Ben Simmons is coming back? You're telling me about this elite defense and all this other stuff. Like, you're nuts. He's afraid to touch the ball. He's afraid to shoot free throws. You don't see that. I don't know what to talk about. Like, those type of fanboys that are still out there, like, all right, now you actually have something that this feels real to me. It does, and it's not because of Embiid, because we've seen Embiid be the best player on the planet before. The other guys, Maxey, Edgecombe, who's got something to him, Oubre, who, I mean, anybody in the NBA could add Oubre again in the offseason.
Back-to-back years, right?
Back to anybody.
Yeah.
And he's really good. And then you have a cast, like the rotation fits, the players fit. Paul George, you're not going to have to overuse. And now he just kind of slides in, and it's crazy for a max player. He's just kind of fits in with the rest of these guys. This is a good club.
41 assists last night. Tied the Houston Rockets #1 team in the NBA in rebounding. Hey, that was a great win. It was a great win.
We have a good club.
They got a good club.
610-632-0975. It's a feel-good Friday. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic. John Marks, Sean Brace, Riggedy Ray Dunn. Ray, feeling good?
Feel good. How could you not after last night?
It was fun.
Yeah, it's been fun. Like, again, watching Embiid, it's almost this joy I didn't think I was going to get again. Like, I watched him a couple weeks ago. I was down there, and he dropped 30. And it was like, man, I'm just blessed to see Embiid drop 30 in the calendar year 2026.
Wasn't that long ago that I was pained anytime he played? It was like, oh, great, Embiid's playing the night. Now I can't enjoy the young guys. No, you can enjoy the young guys with Embiid coming in because Embiid has been fantastic.
He's been unbelievable. He's been such a stretch. He's considered the best big man right now with all the injuries that are happening in the league, but still the numbers back it up. I do want to bring this up, though, because since we are shining the light on Joel Embiid and what Ray just said, where it's like, man, we need to enjoy this. I'm sorry. Last night, like, I came away we've seen the guy for years. Kevin Durant. 37 years old. He is absurd. He literally is one of the greatest players I've ever seen in my life.
Yep.
And I don't care what he did with Golden State. So what? He went and got two. Dude, he is unbelievable. They were bodying him, hands in his face. It doesn't matter. He is one of, if not the best scorer I've ever seen in my life.
He loves playing here, too. I mean, that was a special game last night.
Really was.
It was. It was a great game.
Down in South Philly.
All right, we'll do this because I want to make sure Ish has some time and some other people that want to talk Sixers. 610-632-0975. That is correct. We're leading with the Sixers today on a feel-good Friday because we have plenty of things to complain about with the Eagles and the Phillies.
We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there. Don't worry about it.
The Sixers are our salvation.
Today,
One day at a time.
they'll see what happens. Joel Embiid, 32, 15, and 10 last night. 2 blocks.
Yeah. On the anniversary of his 70-point game. And did you see his quote after the game?
Yeah, it's when little Arthur was made that night.
It's like, all right, Embiid's back to cracking jokes. We're winning. Yeah, we're getting the band back.
Yeah. We'll play that for you coming up. Also, the oh my God, Mike McDaniel isn't coming to the Eagles. It's only because of Jalen Hurts. Mike McDaniel apparently has a head coaching interview coming up. So we'll revisit and give you the latest as well on the offensive coordinator search for the Eagles. But get in right now, 610-632-0975. It is Middays with Marks on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Sixers survive in overtime. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. The 76ers beat the Rockets 128-122 in overtime. It shouldn't have gone to overtime. Should have been over in regulation. Officials missed a goaltend late in that game where Tyrese Maxey was trying to lay it in for a game winner. They missed the goaltend and called it go to overtime, and the 76ers get the win. Both Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey scored 30-plus in the game. Here's how it sounded right here on The Fanatic.
Joe Brady and
Thompson driving it into the lane, spins, Sixers steal the ball, and now it's loose again, and Oubre gets it, he goes to Joel, 10 seconds, Embiid, lead pass Maxey, Maxey's gonna dunk it, the Sixers are gonna beat the Houston Rockets!
Sixers have the Knicks tomorrow at 3 o'clock, and you can listen to the game right here on The Fanatic. NFL coaching carousel continues as the Eagles defensive backs coach Christian Parker reportedly going to take the Cowboys defensive coordinator job. We're still waiting more on the Eagles offensive coordinator search. We'll talk to James Palmer at 1 o'clock today about everything going on with the Birds. Flyers have the Avalanche tonight at 9 o'clock. You can listen to the game right here on The Fanatic. This update is brought to you by IHOP. IHOP's value menu is here. Enjoy breakfast favorites like pancakes, eggs, bacon, French toast with sausage, or a cheesy omelet with pancakes, all for just $6. Go to your app plates with the $6 IHOP value menu. I'm Ray Dunn, your home for the Sixers, Flyers, best Birds talk in town. 97.5 The Fanatic.
Sixers by 4, 126, 122. Here comes Amen Thompson. Thompson driving it into the lane, spins. Sixers steal the ball, and now it's loose again. And Oubre gets it. He goes to Joel. 10 seconds. Embiid, lead pass Maxey. Maxey's going to dunk it. The Sixers are going to beat the Houston Rockets.
It's right on the call there. Tom McGinnis right here on 97.5 The Fanatic. How about that?
How much do you think he sweats
A lot.
during a game? I was sweating
Profusely.
I was sweating in that open. He's a bald man.
He is.
So he's got to be drenched. He has to take a shower after the game at night. There's no doubt about that.
Does he have a bald head rag that you see some people walk around with that you have?
Yeah, don't leave home without it. Cannot go anywhere without a handkerchief.
Ray, do you sweat when you do Temple games?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah?
For sure. Oh,
All
like
right.
that. The
You're
undershirt
working.
you need that clean, dry cleaning, consistent. Yeah, I'm sweating.
But also, if you think about it, the Leah Center is so packed that it naturally has to be that hot. Like the Wells Fargo Center, you can see why. Same thing with Ray. The hundreds of people that were there probably, makes it a little bit warmer than normal.
Oh, man. I asked Ray, because I watched over the weekend, the Owl versus Owl combat game. And
Rice?
there was it was FAU, wasn't it? Was that over the weekend?
FAU, yeah.
And
the Owl Bowl happened in Houston as well. It was midweek this week.
And John, I look, I used to go to a lot of Temple games, and my guy David Duke was or Dave Duke.
David Duke, the KKK leader?
Dave Duke, excuse me. Assistant coach of Fran Dunphy, and I used to go to a lot of games because I was friends with his daughter, and the place was packed.
Yeah.
The place was buzzing. What happened to Temple Hoops? And Ray, I love you. I'm not trying to stir it up, but man, I mean, are the lights on in that place?
No, here's what Ray says.
We have a good club.
They're good.
We can't.
They had the winning streak.
That's all right. Another Villanova guy casting aspersions from the suburbs. I got it.
Another Villanova
That's the first
guy.
time I've ever gotten that in my life, but I'll take it.
Yeah. Definitely Sean, when I look at him, I'm like, straight Villanova guy. Yeah.
Mainliner.
Yeah. No, more like Philly Community College.
Maybe.
1
year, baby.
Maybe. All right. Let's big win last night. And I am hesitant. I see a lot of people saying stay away. Don't put the hex on them. And I don't disagree. Every time because here's the thing with me, Sean.
Yes.
Even though I don't like Embiid, and he's an amazing talent, and there's no reason why this team can't make a run.
Well, talk to me about the not liking Embiid, because that's a statement. Why don't you? What rubbed you the wrong way that now you say you don't like him? Because you obviously liked him at a time.
Lack of professionalism.
Fair.
Needs to be called out by Tyrese Maxey. He's late to everything.
Fair.
Afterwards, he's looking for whoever ratted him out and leaked the story. Instead of, you know what, be on time. Be
Fair.
a leader.
Yeah.
That's why. And I don't think you can win with that. The way they're playing this year, looks like a team that can do something in the playoffs. Finals, I'm not even worried about anything like that. Nor anybody should not. We shouldn't even be talking about that expectation. We should be enjoying the wins, enjoying the team, and then kind of looking at things and saying, all right, there's no reason why this team can't win a playoff series or two, and then go from there.
That's it.
Okay, don't worry about it. Enjoy the win, man.
I'm even keeping it a little bit more basic. It's January.
Enjoy the regular season.
I'm just having fun tuning in because last year I watched maybe 4 games.
All right, so let me ask you this, then we'll take some phone calls. What's the expectation? Ooh, because you're dancing around.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it or whatever. You got to have expectations as a fan.
But that changes everything.
I know.
Like expectations.
Okay, so if
take the fun out of it from time to time.
If your answer is that, I'm fine with that. To where you don't want to have the expectation because that does change it.
Yes.
But like my expectations are, I have no expectations because I didn't expect anything. Now that changes on the fly. If they go on a run and they're the 3 seed in the East, you're going to expect them to win a playoff series or two, and that may take some of the fun out of it. But I think this team can back it up.
I'm with you. Get me to March, and then I will change my expectations. But right now, I'm just throwing a blanket statement out there that this team, currently constructed, if the playoffs started tomorrow, are contenders for the East.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. Ray, agree?
Yeah, I expect them to go to the postseason. Right now, my expectation is avoiding the play-in, which about a month ago, I don't think I had that expectation.
I want top 4.
That works.
I want to be a top 4 team.
They're 5 right now, so I mean,
no reason why they can't make a run. And you look at their overall record, they're a better team than their overall record is right now. Missing Embiid and having a couple of bad stretches. Now is the time Now the Eagles are done playing. Now the focus, we're complaining about the Phillies, but now the focus is the Flyers and the Sixers. This is the time to actually make the run.
Yes.
This is the time to play your best basketball. And you can really get, well, you know what this team needs more than anything? Unconditional love from the fans. Where we believe, and we don't want to be infighting about Joel Embiid or Ben Simmons or Doc Rivers or all those things, getting everybody on the same page and pulling in the same direction from the team and the fans. And that's where I want to be right now, is getting everybody on board saying, this is fun. We can do something. It's a feel-good Friday.
Maxey deserves it.
He sure does. Man, Maxey is a gift from God. He really, really is.
Comes out after the game, post-game, answering all the questions, smile on his face, even like came back. Oh, I'm sorry, what? So, like missed the question on the way out.
Genuinely
had
good dude.
Had the VJ Max. Like genuinely good dude. These guys don't grow on trees. Maxey is an incredible human and an all-star starter. I remember losing our minds when Drew, on this very radio station, when Drew Bleepin' Holiday was named an all-star. Andre Iguodala was named an all-star. We were losing our minds. Maxey blows both of them out of the water.
Oh, my God. And they both had great careers. Some people say that Iguodala is a Hall of Famer. But Maxey is a first NBA team guard. He is a starting all-star.
Drew might be a Hall of Famer, too.
Yep. Well, the Basketball Hall of Fame's a little bit different, too. But yeah, no, Drew had a great career. He really did. All right, let's go to Ish. We have some texts here, too. Ish in Levittown. Hi, Ish.
Hey, Johnny. How are Johnny? Sean, how are you? Sean, I like listening to you on Saturday. Saturdays.
Hey, man.
A very different voice. I like that.
Ish, do me a favor. Spread the word. Let the people know. I know you got a big following out there.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that. I like listening.
Thank you.
Just two quick things. I think, two quick things. I think them showcasing Embiid and Paul George is actually good for trade value-wise, because I'm still with you, Johnny. I still want to trade Embiid. Despite everything, the good numbers he's putting up.
It's a feel-good Friday, Ray.
I think we can get I think we can get a good trade asset for him. Trade him and Jared McCain and the draft pick for Giannis. I'm on board with that.
Oh, God.
And with Paul George, I'm definitely tired with him. But I agree with Sean. I think we can go far. Not far, but I'm excited about the season that's happening right now. I'm not going to get too excited just due to the fact, playing tournament or possibly a fourth seed. So, I'm feeling good about this team. The Flyers, that's another story. But is Ray there today?
Ray, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Hey, Ray, are you excited for the snow that's coming? Are you going to build a little snowman? I know you got your little gloves and mittens and hit the little carrot to make him come alive, Ray. You want to sing Frosty the Snowman? Frosty the Snowman. Ray was in a very good place. Raymond was standing under the mistletoe and catching frosty flakes. That's all I got for
wow. All right, you got a song for you. Thanks, Ish. You ready? Are you ready for the snow?
No, not the slightest.
Well, what do you need to be ready for the snow?
I need a case of beer. That's about it.
I knew that.
Yeah, I still have to go get a case of beer and some food. I was promised last night by a local bartender that the bar will be open regardless of snow. So
there's nothing better than the local watering hole when it snows out and nobody can get anywhere and they just walk to the bar.
Correct.
It's always a special night.
Forever young, man. Please. I just am so jealous hearing that about Ray. Remember the one time we had a snowstorm and I spent $130 at 7-Eleven?
I do.
I think I still have that receipt. Yeah, that's
a lot of food.
Yeah, it was a lot of food. We had a big snowstorm. I bought milk, bread, eggs, everything, just out of my mind. This morning, you'll like this too as well. I said that to my wife because I said, I'm looking for some snow ideas for content for radio. And I said, man, is there nothing better than going to a bar? Back when we used to have fun and going to a bar. And as a joke, she whipped me off. It was a 9 a.m. bird I caught. 8:30 a.m. bird. She threw me the bird.
Why?
Because she's like, we don't have any fun anymore. I'm like, when's the last time we went out during a snowstorm? Yeah, it doesn't happen anymore.
You're reliving your single days when...
Even when I even brought her up because she's a Westchester alum, I said, tell me how great those days were. You guys, class canceled. I'm sure everybody was out at Jake's and all those great
Jake's
bars.
Bar. Is that a real bar or is that just a T-shirt? I've never been there, but I've seen the T-shirt a billion times. Makes me not want to go to Jake's Bar.
But yes, going belly up at a bar during a snowstorm, incredible time.
Bishop's Collar would be the place that I would typically go when I lived in Fairmount.
You're tugging at my heartstrings right now.
And
emotional.
Everybody in Fairmount's there. It's totally packed. Everybody's going crazy. Everybody's in a good mood.
Yes.
There's no reason not to be in a good mood.
And a weekend snowstorm.
I know. And now I couldn't be more ticked off about it. 'Cause I got to clean it up. Last night I had to go out to the shed after my daughter has golf lessons at Top Golf on Thursday.
Nice.
So we come back, and Liz's birthday's coming up next week, so she was going out with some girlfriends for dinner. So I'm like, all right, go take a shower. You guys, I got to go get the snowblower out of the shed. So
Crank it up.
But it's behind the riding mower, and it's behind the riding mower. So there's no way that I'm easily walking this thing out. So, and there's a ton of stuff in this shed. So I'm like more or less, and this is a big snowblower, I'm more or less like dragging it like to the side of the riding mower to get it out. Now, I didn't use it last year because I didn't need it. I don't want to bring this thing out unless I need to. It's a big. Yeah. I didn't buy this. This came with the house. It's a big snowblower. So I don't even know if it's going to start. There was still gas in it, which isn't good. The gas is a couple years old, so I'm going to have to siphon the gas out. I'm going to have to go get gas today. I'm going to need to start it up.
Siphon?
Well, how else am I getting it out?
I don't even know. I don't even know where to start with that.
A siphon?
Yeah.
Well, it's
Is that where you go? You suck it out, or no? There's a machine that does it.
It's not a machine. It's a little. I think even Ray knows.
You put the hose in.
You put the hose in, but then there's a pump that you use your hand with, and it siphons it out. I have the siphon.
Physics. Yeah.
I'm not going to drink the gasoline. That's how I siphon
Right.
Or Phillies.
I don't know.
Right.
What do you do with it? One more time.
You put the hose in.
Sean would be trying to shake the gas out of the.
There's a great skit with Shane Gillis. He was doing it to his ex-girlfriend's boyfriend's car. I don't know. Stupid. Anyways. But yes, and make sure you prime the pump. Always remember prime the pump.
I'm ready to go.
All right.
As long as it starts. But also it's an electric start, so you can plug it in and then you can start it rather than trying to crank it. So I'm just hoping it starts.
Love it.
Because I am not me shoveling 14 to 16 inches of snow. You think I'm pissed off talking about it now?
I have a small driveway, small sidewalk. Nice and easy.
Yeah, you'll have.
I can go one hand with my shovel.
All right, coming up, we have plenty of 76ers text. Also, keeping with the Feel Good Friday moments, there's a former player standing up for the Eagles' offensive coordinator job. That and the latest on Mike McDaniel. Maybe he isn't going to the Chargers. That's next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Kincade and Salciunas.
97.5 The Fanatic. I'm told coming up at 12 o'clock, not that you shouldn't already be tuned in on YouTube, and we say good morning again to everybody on YouTube, but apparently there's going to be a reason, and I don't even know what it is, to tune in around 12 o'clock today on YouTube.
Oh, yeah. News at noon, and then following that, there might be a special guest.
No.
Yeah. Coming out of nowhere. Let's put it that way.
A special Ray, you booked a special guest?
Oh, come on. Me as a producer, no shot.
Bob Cooney again?
I wish.
We're talking about one of rock's great singers of all time might be joining us. Just saying.
Huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
You got to check us out. YouTube, follow, subscribe, alert, tell a friend.
Okay. All right. I like it. All right. Give me a couple Sixers texts. We'll do a couple different things here in this segment. Give me some Sixers texts.
Text line didn't get the Feel Good Friday feeling to this.
Really?
Yeah, no, not at all. They will lose the second round like always. I don't know how you can be excited after the past 10 years. That was the first text we received. We were maybe 2 minutes into the dialogue about the 76ers.
You know, that's really interesting. Because, don't we ultimately watch sports because we want to enjoy it? And I know sometimes it's hard to do that, especially in this city. But, ultimately, you want to watch the games to enjoy it. And I just won't be a Sixer fan if that's how I'm going to react to it. We've been burned before. Sure. I know that. But, there's no reason not to give this team our attention and our love. That's what I'll say.
You know, Rob Thompson was laying out the reasons why everybody should be a believer, and we ran that yesterday, top 5. I think there's a better case for fans to be excited about the 76ers than the Phillies. If we're being honest, right here, right now, again, start and end with this discussion. The point is 43 games into the regular season. This is who they are. They're a good team. They're a good team. Are they great?
They have a good club.
I can't say great. They're great at times, but damn it, the Houston Rockets are a great team filled with players that have been able to do it and have done it all season long and are contenders and have gone up against Oklahoma City and just beat the Spurs. The Rockets are a real good team. And the 76ers went toe-to-toe last night, rebounding, leading them in assists, triple-double by Joel Embiid, Maxey with 36, and they beat them not once but 2 times. Come on, man.
Any more text there, Ray?
Yeah, if you want to keep with the feeling that we have here. There you go again. Stop putting this nonsense out there, guys. You're putting false hope. The Sixers have no shot of winning a title. You're grasping for straws.
Whoa.
No one said anything about a title.
Yeah, no one's talking NBA Finals. No one's talking championship in June. Hold up. I said if this team right here, right now, starts a playoff run, they're contenders in the East. That's it. If you don't want to go that far, okay. Just enjoy the ride, though.
Some people are coming to our defense now as we're reading the negative text here. We got Matt. There's no reason the Sixers can't make a run if healthy. There is no dominant team in the East.
Part of the equation.
Yep. Yeah, for sure.
One more for you here.
Yeah, but just one more time what Sean said. Not one word had ever been said. We're not. This isn't the fake take show. We don't do fake take radio. This isn't me come out and say the Sixers are winning a title. This is the year. I can feel it. I'm not going to do that. All right? Nobody's saying that. And you know what? They don't deserve that.
No. There's
no reason to believe that's not an expectation right now. In April, if they're rolling, we may be talking about a dangerous team that could beat anybody, but that's not the expectation. No one believes that.
And in the show email that I wrote this morning to you guys, number 1, I said I didn't tweet this out last night. I had to sleep on it because I wasn't sure if I was believing it. Number 2, I was wondering if I was on drugs. My boy didn't sleep last night, so he was up fist pumping until 3 a.m., so I was wondering if I was losing my mind.
Possible.
I'm with you. It's not to say I don't want to believe, but I'm very reluctant to put it out there because of everything we've been through, and I think the perfect example is the Charlie Brown with the football. Whoop.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, we've definitely bought in, but did we really buy in? Right? Like the Ben Simmons, that's has nothing to do with any of these conversations. Those teams were legit. Those teams had legit chances to do something. Since then, It's been fool's gold.
Yeah. Last year, I was anti even going into the season because people were trying to make it the case of bringing in Paul George and Joel Embiid and da-da-da-da. No, I was not buying anything that was being sold preseason last year. And, of course, the injuries played itself out. It was a terrible season. I wasn't buying anything. And then the year before, whatever. But here we are right here, right now. And the year before, you know what? They went toe-to-toe with the New York Knicks. That was a good series. Joel Embiid was dealing with the Bell's palsy, if I'm not mistaken, that was the year. Even then I wasn't buying it.
Bell's palsy. Man.
He's had some bad luck.
He certainly has.
What the hell is that?
Yeah.
Who catches? How do you catch that? What is? Do you catch that?
It's not
Still
bacterial.
very confused.
Yeah, I've never had it. Never had it.
I remember working with Bob during that time. Bob's like, there's something weird going on with his eye. And I'm like, dude, you're watching the game way too close. Like, what do you even mean? And then the Bell's palsy thing happened.
He spotted the Bell's palsy
Bob
thing?
was ahead of the story of this. He's like, do you notice that? He's doing something weird. Like, it's like grabbing at his eye. It's like, he's like, I don't understand what's wrong with him. And I was like, Bob, what in the world could you possibly be talking about? Like, I thought Bob was on some other planet watching the game. A week later, it was like, yeah, Embiid's got Bell's palsy.
Bob Cooney is the Bell's palsy whisperer.
That's elite.
That was, yeah. It's the guy that's covered a team once or twice.
Yeah, that too.
That's elite. All right, so who's the former player standing up for the Eagles' offensive coordinator job?
Greg Olson.
No.
Greg Olson. Not only does he love the idea of the job, he loves Nick Sirianni.
So much good.
All right.
I love Sirianni, and I know he gets a lot of flack, and people want to come after him. But I love him. I love his energy. I love his edge. I love the way he manages the game. And I end up fighting the entire universe on behalf of him a couple weeks ago. I think if I'm an offensive play caller, I'm doing everything in my power to get that job.
Everything in your power. You're breaking into the NovaCare facility and holding people hostage to do it.
Hey,
and that was on Kelsey's podcast, right? So go
Right.
figure that it's a pro positive message.
If you want the gig, you got to do something to stand out.
So as I said,
who are you taking hostage down there to get that gig?
Is
it Howie?
No, who's the guy that interviewed with the Dolphins?
Hallaby.
Andrew
Salciunas.
Salciunas. Yes. Yep, Hallaby. Because they may say it's okay, you can take him. We don't need it. Or they might say it's your job.
That's true.
You never know. As stated previously on this show, it is still an attractive job. Just because Brian Daboll may have said, nah, not really what I'm looking for, or Mike McDaniel may have said, I'd rather go to the Chargers. Once again, despite the rage bait, the clickbait, and all the other nonsense that's out there that just wants to say it's obviously about Jalen Hurts, it's not all about Jalen Hurts. And it's not all about Nick Sirianni. I think that Sirianni plays into it, and I think Jalen Hurts plays into some of the thinking of it. I don't think Mike McDaniel for 1 second didn't take the job because of Jalen Hurts. I don't think Brian Daboll for 1 second said, you know what, I'm not taking the job because of Jalen Hurts. Could have been a contributing factor. Yeah, of course.
Sure.
Of course it could be. You know who hasn't turned down the Eagles' offensive job? Nobody else. All the other candidates that are out there would take the job in a second if offered to them. So let's not make up something that's not there. If you start having Slowick saying no thank you, I'd rather go to the Cardinals, or any of these other Punch and Judy whatever coordinators that are out there that are turning it down, that's a problem. You're not going to get that because the Eagles are a top organization, because the Eagles spend money, because the Eagles have a track record of success. So why wouldn't you do it? Okay, maybe Jalen Hurts isn't your prototypical quarterback that you want to walk into. It's also not walking into Kyler Murray with the Cardinals or Jacoby Brissett, or you don't even know who the quarterback's going to be. Jalen Hurts has won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, and if you do it right, you can move on and possibly potentially get looked at as far as a head coaching job. That's A. B, you want to talk about team success. If you're going to take it that far, this team just won a Super Bowl, has been in a dynasty conversation, got to another Super Bowl. The guy that got you there, the quarterback, is still here playing at a high level for some. Also, the division. You know, when you talk about the Cardinals, I want nothing to do with that job. I don't want to be in that division. I don't want to go up against the Rams 2 times, Seattle 2 times. No, I'll pass on that. How about the team that just went back-to-back to win the division here? We got the banner hanging in studio.
Yep.
First time in 20 years.
Yep. All right, coming up, we'll discuss Mike McDaniel because he's getting head coaching sniff, according to Albert Breer.
It would be a huge mistake to hire him there, too.
I still think it's an attractive job, but are we attracted to the candidates that are left? That's a different question. So the Eagles Eye podcast looked at the top 2 candidates that remain, and is there any concern that the Ravens coaching hire impacts what the Eagles are trying to do? All of that is coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Sixers knock off the Rockets. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update, and it's brought to you by Barbera's, and we'll get you that Barbera read at some point. Also brought to you by IHOP. IHOP's value menu is here. Enjoy breakfast favorites like pancakes, eggs, bacon, French toast with sausage, or a cheesy omelet with pancakes, all for just $6. Go to your Happy Plates with the $6 IHOP value menu. Sixers beat the Rockets 128-122 in overtime last night. Should have been over in regulation. A goaltending call should have been made at the end of the game. Tyrese Maxey going for a game-winning layup. However, he did not get the call. The Sixers but end up pulling off the victory in overtime. Both the beat of Maxey scoring 30-plus points in that game. This is how it sounded right here on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Thompson driving it into the lane, spins. Sixers steal the ball, and now it's loose again. And Oubre gets it. He goes to Joel. 10 seconds. Embiid, lead pass Maxey. Maxey's going to dunk it. The Sixers are going to beat the Houston Rockets.
Sixers have the Knicks tomorrow at 3 o'clock. You can listen to the game right here on The Fanatic. The NFL coaching carousel continues. Eagles defensive backs coach Christian Parker is apparently going to take the Cowboys defensive coordinator job. We're still awaiting news on the Eagles offensive coordinator, who they may be bringing in just for an interview. We'll keep you updated on anything we hear. James Palmer joins us at 1 o'clock to talk about the coaching carousel. Flyers have the Avalanche tonight at 9 o'clock. You can listen to the game right here on The Fanatic. This update's also brought to you by Barbera's on the Boulevard. New year, new car, Cherokees, more Cherokees. 199 down, 199 a month. Is Barbera the best? Boy, I guess. I'm Ray Dunn for 97.5 The Fanatic.
Philadelphia is
We do have two games coming up on Sunday. Championship games. Brandon Dutz, who is our YouTube producer and also a producer here at the station. You might hear him on the weekends. Nate Tennyson, associate producer today, but he is a Broncos fan. Like, fan. Not from Denver, but we all know people that are from this area, and he's from Jersey, Central Jersey.
I mean, I saw him tweeting about Bellinger going to the Yankees. So is he a Yankees, Bronco? Is he Lakers? Is he one of those people?
I would say he's probably as much of a New York sports fan with baseball as he's a big baseball fan.
Okay.
So we can ask him. He's going to come in at 11:30 and make his case that the Broncos are winning the game.
I love Dutz. Best hair in Philadelphia Sports Talk Radio.
See, some people think you picked it up yesterday. The hair looks like a bird's nest. He actually puts product in it to look like that.
It's coiffed.
He styles it.
Yeah, that's a good way.
I kind of heard that happening in the hall, and I was wondering if I was just hearing things or if that was really the case.
It's really the case. He tried to downplay it and say sometimes. No, you don't sometimes do it. You do it.
Yeah, because if you didn't do that type of hair, his hair would be a mess.
Because
it'd be a bird's nest.
You can, if you're not going to wash it, you can leave it, and then maybe you don't have to put new product in it. But because it is still there, but like he styles it to look like that. Ray's hair just looks like that. He doesn't style it.
There's not any style in this stuff.
Right.
There's no product in your hair.
No.
Come on.
He doesn't. No
Let
product.
me feel that. Get over here. Let me feel it.
Come right in, man. I'm right there.
Yeah, jump on YouTube. Go feel the hair and confirm that he doesn't use
I'll be right
product.
back.
Yeah, go ahead. Go feel it. Because the problem is if I don't put product in my hair, it sticks up and it looks weird. Your hair is Sean's walking in right now to confirm that there's no product in it. He's checking it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Is
soft.
it soft?
Yeah, it's soft hair.
Wait a minute. There's no product back here.
Not a single bit of product.
Is it greasy? Is that why it feels like there could be product in it? Ray, when's the last time you washed it?
This morning.
Okay.
Showered
All right.
this morning.
No product.
No product.
No product.
All right. Well, Dutsy's coming in at 11:30. He's going to make the case that the Broncos are beating the Patriots, which I've been saying all week. Outright. Broncos are winning the game outright. Dutsy's going to make the case coming up at 11:30. All right. So the latest. Let's do the McDaniel first.
Yep.
So the Bills are interested in interviewing Mike McDaniel. So I don't know if you heard. I guess this came out yesterday. Schrager might have said it.
Mm-hmm.
That Josh Allen not only is involved in the search as a consultant, he's going to have a say in who the next head coach is, which is a really bad idea. Really bad idea. Not to keep him in the loop, not to get his feedback, but when I'm being told he's a consultant in the search, and he's gonna play a big part in who's. In other words, he's picking the next head coach. Did he get McDermott whacked? Because he hasn't spoken yet. He said nothing about any of this. Did he get McDermott whacked? Did he make the call?
That could be the case. He's going to be 30, right? So he'll be 30 by next year. So his career is starting to get a little bit, right? I know these guys play for a lot longer than what they used to, but
No, you're right.
that's part of it. I'm not anti-involving them, right? Like Jalen Hurts, I'm not anti-involving Jalen, but I understand why I would not be like, hey, man, who should we hire? Jalen could be gone after next year.
Right. You're right. Right. Josh Allen's not going to be. But the thing they probably worry about is he's going to say, I'm out. Like with Joe Burrow, you have to handle Joe Burrow delicately because he seems like he's already close to being, I'm out.
Oh, yeah.
And when you said it with Josh Allen, you get to a point as a professional where you say, is this just going to be my career? I'm going to stay here for the rest of my career and lose and have this crap organization with the owner and they're cheap and all this other stuff. So they're trying to make it work. I think it's like that a little bit with Josh Allen. And I don't think that he's the one that made the decision on Sean McDermott. That seemed like it was ownership. But the way they make him feel better about it, because I think he was pissed, is say, hey, you're going to help select the head coach. Mike McDaniel is an interesting name because at the very least there's this. He knows offense. So does Joe Brady, who's done a good job up there. But is that somebody that Josh Allen looks at and says, man, I'd love to run that scheme?
You know, that would be a really good problem to have, and I love throwing that out there as a cliche, to choose between Joe Brady and Mike McDaniel, and that's the decision that the Buffalo Bills have right now. I just don't buy into McDaniel and the flukiness, if we're going to call it that, of his teams struggling in the cold weather playoff environments. I just think it's a real deal issue, and you're going to tell me he's going to go to Buffalo, and all of a sudden that's going to be fixed? He had talent with the Dolphins. I think that is something that is an issue with his style of play. And will he adjust? Will he make changes? I hope so, because it was ugly. It was easy to pick against the Miami Dolphins in those spots. For crying out loud, what was it? When it was 35 degrees or lower, they were automatically losing. Never mind if the game was being played in January or December. For me, if him in Buffalo is not a good mix. I would prefer Brady. I'm all Brady'd up. I think if the Eagles end up with Brady, even having him in for an interview, that is a huge victory in itself.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm all Brady'd up.
I would not hire Mike McDaniel in Buffalo. That is not what they need up there. That is not a Buffalo Bills culture. Now, I mean, I don't know. And I think for him.
Does anybody wear capris in Buffalo? Has anybody ever worn their pants up like that before? No.
No, they're eating buffalo wings and doing the Bills Mafia table.
I just went out on Saturday for the game at Misconduct Tavern. And,
Go figure. You were out for the game?
And it was all filled with the Buffalo Bills. Oh, yeah, I was out, baby. I was out. And it was filled with Buffalo Bills fans. So I had a good look at their fan base. Not to say that I am like, Fabio over here or anything.
Not the most attractive fan base?
That's what I'm saying. I don't even know if they know what capris are.
But if we went to California, we're not the most attractive people either.
That's fair.
Right?
I'm just, dude, I am pale as a ghost right now.
Right. And Buffalo's the same way. All right, so that's McDaniel. So that's good news if you want Joe Brady as the Eagles offensive coordinator. Of course, he's the offensive coordinator up in Buffalo, or at least he was, but he's still under contract. If they hire a defensive coach, they could keep him. If they bring in a guy like McDaniel or Daboll, it seems like that they would not keep him because he wants to call plays, etc.
They got a great situation. They have their choice between Brady, Daboll, or McDaniel right now. Like Josh Allen, I know we throw it out there a lot. The excuses need to go out the window, but they have to get this right. And yeah, I think to your point, John, he did get Sean McDermott fired. Because if you want McDermott back, you're going to listen to Josh Allen, right? But the owner came out and said a lot. But he said, remember, he pointed out the fact that he was crying. The head was down. And he was like, that's it. Enough is enough.
He reacted to one game.
He did.
It was one game. He fired him based off of one game. And then, what a terrible performance by the owner. He hadn't spoken since 2019, the owner.
That's
You can see why. You can see why. Yes, Ray?
Because he cut him off and said it was a bad call when they were talking about the end of the season. If you really believe that you lost due to a bad call, is it the head coach's fault that you lost due to that bad call? The head coach did everything he could. He called the timeout to see if they do the review for you.
Yeah.
Stupid. And what'd you send last night? They have a petition up there to get McDermott back.
That was the oddest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, and that probably will work. If you sign the petition, you could tweet it out.
Yeah, change.org.
Yeah, change.org.
Do petitions work?
Absolutely, yeah. They're going to – Pagula's going to say, you know what, on second thought, 1,000 people signed this.
No, it's
not a Twitter poll like John Middleton and Todd Zalecki to get Bryce Harper.
They are 556 signatures shy of 50,000.
Wow, that's some real headway. All right,
change.
Who would ever sign up though for the head coach? Could you imagine this town? Reinstate.
How many people are signing up?
Patullo. You know what? Great idea. Let's get Patullo back as offensive coordinator.
Play calling experience.
Can we get Nate in the back? Can you start a petition to get Patullo rehired as offensive coordinator?
How many people you think are actually going to sign that?
45.
I take the under. Got the under on that.
Yeah,
one.
under.
Yeah.
It's a good bit though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right, Nate, start it up and then we tweet it out. Because, hey, who knows with the candidates that are out there right now, because nobody wants this job, maybe we'll have to bring them back.
Panic is setting in for some.
Oh, my God.
It's JT. This is JT all over again. We go searching for the big fish here. We're going to end up going right back to what we didn't want.
All right, so this is the NBC Sports Phillies Eagle Eye podcast. All right, we know that Daboll and McDaniel said no, but who's left? Is this Ruben and Dave Zangaro talking about it? All right, here's Zangaro.
Joe Brady and Cliff Kingsbury, they would be toward the top of the list. And Joe Brady is interviewing for the Buffalo Bills head coaching job. If he doesn't get that, that's the call. They've interviewed him before. There's a familiarity there. I think you can trust him to run his offense. I'm a little confused by the lack of Cliff Kingsbury being tied to the Eagles for this job. They've always seemed fascinated by the air raid. I thought he had 2 pretty good years in Washington, and that was after they interviewed him the last time for the OC job. So that one's confusing to me too.
Ooh.
Kingsbury didn't want to work with Stoutland.
You did say that yesterday.
That was reported.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I don't think that's changed. I don't believe the Eagles are going to fire Stoutland to bring in Kingsbury. It doesn't seem like they're even interviewing Kingsbury for that reason.
It's odd that there's been nothing with him at all, really.
Because the last interview, he said he wanted to bring in his own guy, and the Eagles said no, and that obviously hasn't changed.
I'm saying NFL-wise.
Oh.
Like, what have we heard about Kingsbury? Mike McDaniel and Brian Daboll right now are straddling a fence of if I get a head coaching job, I'm going there. If not, hey, I'm going to be your offensive coordinator.
Maybe he's the next guy to go. I don't know. I don't want Kingsbury.
No,
why would I want Kingsbury? What's he done? Other than have a great house in Phoenix and
Good-looking guy.
Good-looking guy.
Yeah, definitely good.
What's he done?
From the Eagles' perspective, I would bring him in just to talk. I have no issues with that. But and again, different guy, but he reminds me of a little bit of Chip Kelly. And whether it's the college versus NFL, whatever it may be, and there was truth with what Dave just said about the Washington Commanders and the success that he had, but I just feel like what he is what he is. We know what he is, but he does know offense to a point.
Does he? Yeah, I mean,
he's got a style.
He does. He does. And like with Jaden Daniels, it was great his rookie year, and then he was injured. It wasn't good.
Yep.
And they sucked. So is that his fault? I can't say that. I don't know. I know he's not a good head coach. I wouldn't hire him to be my head coach in college or pro.
Again, the number one question or target or reason for hiring the next OC is to what? Get Jalen Hurts.
Innovate the offense.
Innovate the offense over Jalen Hurts, taking a step up as far as passing.
Evolve the quarterback.
It's combined into one, and I don't know if he's going to be able to do that.
All right, last thing here. The Ravens hiring a defensive head coach, Jesse Minter, who was the defensive coordinator of the Chargers. Chargers or the Rams?
Chargers.
The Chargers, yeah. I'm sorry.
He was with the Ravens for 3 years. I did not know that.
And so he was with the Ravens. He went to Michigan, and then he went to I remember when he left to go to Michigan, and they were saying at the time to be the defensive coordinator, they said at the time, this guy's the future head coach. And he went up there, it was the Harbaugh connection. John to Jim, and then Jim to Jim and with the Chargers, and now he's back to, even though John's no longer with the Ravens, now he's back to the Ravens because he was there for, I believe, 4 years back in however many years ago. So they hire him, and, I mean, if you look at the last defensive coordinator that became a head coach, McDonald from the Seahawks, so it looks like it's one of these hires, but he's a defensive coordinator, which means what, Sean? They need to hire an offensive head coach that's more or less getting full autonomy because he's a defensive head coach.
Yep.
Which possibly takes away with one of the guys that are out there that the Eagles may want.
Right. So now you have the ability to coach Lamar Jackson entering the coaching.
All right, so here's the question. Would you rather take the Ravens job or the Eagles job? If you're Joe Brady, because Joe Brady's going to be the name that everybody wants.
Wow.
If you're Joe Brady and you're now faced with, okay, the Ravens have interest, the Eagles have interest. What are you doing? Lamar Jackson is a multiple-time MVP who has not had postseason success. Jalen Hurts has had postseason success, but the last 2 years, the passing offense has not been good.
If I'm Joe Brady, I think having the opportunity to go up against the Buffalo Bills in the AFC so I could stick it back to them might have an appeal. So if I'm the Ravens, I might take the Ravens.
Is that besides that, is that a better job? Ray, is it a better job, the Ravens or the Eagles?
I get to build my entire coaching staff. I have full autonomy. I got Lamar Jackson. Yeah, I'll probably take that
Lamar
job.
is tough to turn down. It would be fun to coach him.
Would it?
Be fun to coach Jalen, though, and the Eagles, they win.
I don't know if it'd be fun to coach Jalen.
Oh, man.
And that's not even
a critic. It'd be fun to coach Lamar in the sense that you're about to say about Jalen.
I agree. No, I mean, like, let's not act like that Lamar, there's a lot of stuff going on in that organization with Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
But he's a tremendous talent. I mean, like John Gruden looks at it's like, he would salivate to coach Lamar Jackson. Then he would hate him after a year, but he would salivate to do it. I'll just say it again because it was one of the the Acho talking points, which is, all right, well, I'm going to have these very basic talking points on why the Eagles job it is a great job. And it has to be the quarterback. He talked about the most talent on offense of any team in the league. Most talented roster. No, they're not. More talented than the Ravens?
Ooh.
Better wide receiver than anybody they have.
Yes.
And that's with A.J. gone.
Mm-hmm.
Tight end? We don't know if Goddard's back.
Correct.
Offensive line? Huh? Their offensive line is good. I think I would go Eagles.
I would go Eagles.
I'll go Eagles.
Season, they'll get healthy.
Yeah, I'll go Eagles.
I would go Eagles.
Yep.
But, it's not
Derrick Henry to Saquon.
Yeah, like Wash.
Yeah.
Something like they have Mark Andrews and Lively. Eagles may have Goddard.
I think this is something that's going to be decided in the details and what Ray brought up. Like, okay, I get to bring in my guys. You get a little bit more freedom.
It's different without Sirianni. You don't have Sirianni down there. Seriously, we can talk about, he's given full autonomy up here in Philadelphia. Yeah, but you still have an offensive head coach, and what's he doing? Right? Is he really... You know, with the defensive head coach, he's obviously the head coach, so he needs to be involved. He ain't worried about, like, it's your offense. You're doing what you're doing. That's not a specialty.
Yeah.
At some point in time, Nick Sirianni was an offensive coach. I know we don't really see that right now, but he was.
Yeah. I still have no idea what his system is. Somebody brought that up. Oh, his offense in Indianapolis. I'm like, what? What was
What
this?
offense?
Yeah, I never.
It was Frank Reich.
I'm the dumbest coach in the world.
Oh, Nick. We love you, though.
Give me some Eagles offensive coordinator text.
All right, we got a long one here from Matt from Easton. Personally, I think the job's attractive. I do think, though, we have some question marks here. What are they doing with AJ? How can I put this quarterback in a good position? And what does this candidate truly have in terms of full say of the offense? Which rumored that they won't move off of Jeff Stoughton and the way they go about their running game. Even with those questions, you're the offensive coordinator, one of the most successful NFL teams of the last 25 years. My first choice was Brian Dable. Felt like he burnt some bridges where it may have taken him a while to become a head coach again, but the Bills' job changed everything for him. Even McDaniel, yes, he's going to be the offensive coordinator of the Chargers, but he's interviewing for the Bills' head coaching job this week. Point is, those guys want to be head coaches as soon as possible. Eagles may be better off going truly deeper into the search. I'd be happily kicking the tires on Bobby Slowick again.
There you go, Bobby Slowick, which nobody knows would be a good hire or not. I'm not going to sit here and lie and be like, oh, yeah, I like Bobby Slowick. How about what I know? But they're the kind of coordinators that you're going to be dealing with here. All right, more talent on offense, the Eagles or the Cowboys?
Well, you're without Pickens.
I'm going to say without A.J. Brown, but Goddard is a possibility of coming back.
And without George Pickens down there.
Pickens is going back.
Oh, he's going to go back to Dallas.
Jerry Jones is not, and it probably not the right move because I think he turns back into Pickens, but he's a great talent. Jerry Jones doesn't like guys like that leave.
He had a great offense.
I bet they tag him and it becomes ugly.
$28 million. Yeah, you're right.
Woo. They're 40 over the cap, I think, right now. So
that's the problem with doing it, with tagging them. But
ugly, $28 million. Yeah, that's ugly.
But it's a conversation.
Yes.
CeeDee Lamb couldn't stop dropping passes against the Eagles. So
and he's a freak. He's a freak. He's incredible.
But it's a conversation.
But you're talking about a team that wins in the Eagles and the Cowboys.
Well, Jerry Jones makes that job unattractive.
Stands for drama. D stands for drama.
I'm just saying as far as talent on the offense, because everybody likes to use the canned response of, oh, my God, it's the most talented roster in the league. Not anymore. Like you look down, they have more talent than the Giants and the Commanders, sure. The Bears don't have a ton of talent, but they have a great play caller.
Oh, yeah.
Right? But the Eagles still have good talent. But
definitely.
Yeah, they're not the same. We were looking at the Eagles' talent coming off the Super Bowl. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, Saquon Barkley, best offensive line in football. That's not them anymore.
Correct. And everybody that wanted to talk about Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni, it's like, this is a super team. This is one of the, and look, what they did on the field, should be considered one of the greats. But next season, a whole different story. You saw some flaws. You saw some injuries. Everybody gets a little older. It is
Things
clearly
change quick.
Not the case. Yes, that the Eagles have the most talented roster.
Greg in Bethlehem. Greg, go ahead, buddy. Good morning.
Morning, guys. I hate to switch the subject back to where you were, but I think the most impressive thing with the Sixers in the last couple of games is their energy, and that is manifest particularly on the defensive side with all the steals. You know, they're contesting a lot of passes. Sure, they do occasionally get caught out of position with their double teams and end up with somebody totally wide open on the wing, but I don't know that I've seen this level of defensive energy for quite a while. And defense travels, and they do enough offense to stay in the game. And they would have won the last game in regulation if they had reasonable rules about replay. I mean, that was the easiest play to replay. I don't understand why they wouldn't have looked at it.
Yet if you didn't see it, it was clear once the ball hits the glass, the shot cannot be blocked or it's a goaltend.
Correct.
That's what happened. It was clear as day. They missed the call on the floor. It's not replayable for whatever reason. And I didn't hear the explanation on why you shouldn't be able to review it.
And they didn't give Maxey an explanation, he said, post-game either. 3 seconds on the clock.
You just can't.
We're going to swallow the whistle there. They review everything, and they're going to swallow the whistle there. It made no sense.
Yeah, they're lucky that they're not lucky they won, but thank God they won.
Oh, yeah.
Because they deserve to win the game.
To Greg's point, stocks, steals and blocks. That's something new I learned last year, I think. Sorry for all you
I've never heard that.
Aficionados out there, but stocks.
Is that like OPS?
I don't know,
On base
man.
plus slugging?
It seems like, these young whippersnappers always make something new every day that I'm learning. Anyways, but yes, players with over 20 steals this month, Maxey and VJ Edgecombe, also known as VJ Max, love that, with the nice hat yesterday. And these guys continue to do it night in, night out. Greg is so right about the energy, and then at the defensive side of the ball, they're bringing it. They're bringing it.
My man JB says, I'm beaten down with the Sixers. I love them. I'm excited for the future with Maxey and Edgecombe, but the question of George and Embiid's health will always loom. I love Embiid, but until he can stay healthy for as long as we need him, meh.
I'll make the case right now. Forget Paul George. And I mean that with all love and respect.
Yeah, but you can.
Forget him. Let's focus on Embiid. If Embiid goes down, this team is still fun, A, and B, can mess things up for a team with playoff potential or maybe a contending, as far as a championship contender is concerned, like the Knicks, like the Celtics, who are probably going to get Tatum back without Embiid. Without Embiid.
Yeah, if I replied back to him and said, you always, just assume that Embiid's always going to have injury issues. And the whole thing is that all they need is the 1 year that it kind of falls into place. Matchups fall into place and Embiid's healthy enough during the playoffs. There may be, this year, he may tweak the knee and he's hurt, and then it's probably not going to work out. But maybe this is the year that he doesn't do that.
Well, Ray said, he came in with the morning show meeting. He's like, yeah, he had the other knee. And I'm like, oh, you just took the good vibe. It could happen. It very well may happen.
Going to need a little luck here to make it work. All right, coming up, 610-632-0975. Your phone calls. Brendan Dutz, Mr. Bronco, breaks down why the Broncos are winning. Who's going to take the other side of this? Because I've been saying the Broncos outright all week.
Do we need to provide another side when it's a backup quarterback going against that Patriots team?
I got my Patriot takes too as well.
So you think the Patriots are winning?
I'm rooting for the Broncos, but yeah, logic tells me backup quarterback.
Okay.
It's a team that's won 14 games in the regular season.
This is a 4-point win by the Patriots.
That line is steering me towards the outright Bronco win.
It's a Broncos line, but it's
coming down.
It's a Patriots win.
All right, that's next. Middays with Marks.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Sixers survive. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. The Sixers should have beaten the Rockets in regulation, but a goaltending call that was not called by the referees let the game go into overtime. Sixers eventually overcome the Rockets 128-122 in that overtime. Both Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey scored 30-plus points in the win. This is how it sounded right here on The Fanatic.
Thompson driving it into the lane, spins. Sixers steal the ball, and now it's loose again. And Oubre gets it. He goes to Joel. 10 seconds. Embiid, lead pass Maxey. Maxey's going to dunk it. The Sixers are going to beat the Houston Rockets.
Sixers now have the Knicks tomorrow at 3 o'clock. The NFL coaching carousel continues. The Eagles defensive backs coach Christian Parker reportedly going to take the Cowboys defensive coordinator job. We're still waiting more news on what the Eagles might be doing with their offensive coordinator. James Palmer will join the show coming up at 1 o'clock to talk about everything going on with this Eagles team. Flyers and Avalanche are tonight at 9 o'clock. You can catch the game right here on The Fanatic. This update is brought to you by Allstate, which you could save on home insurance. With Allstate, you could save easily and get quality insurance. Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate. I'm Ray Town, your home for the Sixers, Flyers, Best Birds Talk in town. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
We're back middays with Marks, news at noon and 12 o'clock, and then right at news at noon, and I still don't know who it is.
Special guest. Rock God, John Marks. A rock God.
But not on the phone.
No.
It's a video call?
In-studio guest.
What?
Appearance.
All right, well, Brandon Dutz, our YouTube producer, is going to have to be ready for that. And that's coming up right before the news at noon.
Detroit Rock City, baby. Let's go.
Well, that's why you have to watch on YouTube.
Absolutely.
You listen on the Fanatic on 97.5 FM. You listen on the Fanatic app. You listen on the podcast if you can't catch the show live. You watch on YouTube. And right now joining us, and, I mean, were we kidding?
Hey, yeah, beautiful hair.
Look at that hair.
That's a strong pull, right?
And he's
Everybody.
He's got an extra coif. It's not even a coif. What is it? It's Brandon Dutz. What's up, Dutzy?
Is it a quaff? Is that what we consider?
Not
it?
a quaff.
No?
Broncos country, let's ride.
See? That's what I'm talking about.
So
The
Nate-
energy's already high today.
Nate Tennyson has the perfect. It's a perfect young Catholic man. It's perfectly
Yeah, gelled
styled.
over.
It's
Yep,
gelled,
yep.
like perfect.
I had that when I was in
It's like
sixth
Sal
grade.
when Sal Powell was in his prime on ESPN. That hair,
Oh, man.
looking good.
And those chompers, too.
Glow in the dark with the teeth.
That thing looks like a wig. That's what it honestly does.
Listen, man, you got to experiment with it when you have it. I had a mole last year.
That's fair.
All over.
That's fair.
No, it looks good. It looks good. All right, so briefly explain your Bronco fandom.
Well, when I was growing up, my dad wasn't really into sports. My uncle was. But my grandfather was big into sports, but he passed away by the time I was young. So I kind of just chose my own team. And it was the time where Peyton Manning came over. Demaryius Thomas, Emmanuel Sanders, all those guys were there, no fly zones. It was just a fun team. So I just rolled with them. And then, of course, when I was younger, they were great. And these past 10 years have sucked. But it looks like now we're back on the wagon. So, it's good.
Did you believe in Tebow?
I did not.
No?
I did not.
Because Peyton Manning came in for Tebow, so at least you didn't have to believe in Tebow. You got the Super Bowl, and then you got a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I remember it. You know what I mean? Listen, some teams don't even go there for their whole 40 years.
Oh, my goodness.
I remember watching the Tebow, the pass in the playoffs to win it.
Yep.
I was at the New Deck
Steelers.
Tavern at a beer appearance.
Yep.
A Miller Lite appearance. The
That
place
might have
went
been
nuts.
the more sillier times in sports history with him, with that Tim Tebow.
He was so bad, and then he made one throw the entire game, and they won. All he does is win. Oh, my God. Skip Bayless.
Oh, my Lord.
Anyway. All right, so you're a Bronco fan. When I first met you, it's like you're a Bronco fan. You're a Bronco fan. You're a big Bronco
Correct.
fan.
Yep.
Now, I have come into this week believing that the Broncos are winning the game outright. And I do believe they're going to win the game outright. I am full of fact. I believe this is a Sean Payton game. There's no film on Jared Stidham. He hasn't played in 3 years. Some people may say him not playing in 3 years is a bad thing, Sean, which I can see why people would think that.
Yeah, just a little bit.
But for one game, it may present some difficulties to the Patriots. Now, you also came in here, man. You're not. I mean, I think they're going to win. You're confident.
I am confident.
You're guaranteeing a win.
Take away from the Broncos for a second. I think people are believing too much in the Drake May hype. I don't think, one, he's shown you anything throughout the playoffs so far. Didn't play well against the Chargers. That's a solid defense. And obviously the Texans are the best defense in the NFL. And it was a disaster, turning the ball over. Obviously not great weather, but still. I just think that even in college, I said this to Ray before, that he hasn't played in a really tough environment on the road and beaten a top defense yet. He beat Baltimore and he beat Buffalo. Those are two impressive wins. I just don't see it. I don't think he's going to be able to come in here. I don't think he has the weapons on offense. I mean, running back, is okay, but their wide receivers is Stephon Diggs, and then who do you got?
Well, Ray, I would say this. The template is there, exactly what Dutzy's saying. The template's there. It's Drake May. Drake May's legit. He's a really good quarterback, and he's probably the runner-up for the MVP, but he's right there. He's had a great season. But he's walking into Mile High that has he ever even played there before? Certainly not in this environment, with a great defense. And like you had said, not the most talent on offense. They've done really well this year, and they have some talent on offense.
Like, we're at a point where Patriots fans are on Twitter celebrating that Mac Hollins is returning. Like, seriously? Mac Hollins, that's what we're celebrating here?
I think it's tough not to know from a Patriots standpoint that you're playing the backup quarterback. And you're going to say it doesn't matter, and you're going to say they can still beat us, they can still beat us. Do you really believe that, though? Right, at least with Bo Nix, you're like, all right, Bo Nix. Like, Sean, what do you think the line is if Bo Nix is playing in this game? Slight favorite for the Broncos?
No, I actually heard it on the way in. Patriots were still favored. Now, different shops for different folks, whatever, but I believe the Borgata had the Patriots still favored with the healthy Bo Nix.
Okay, with the look-ahead line.
Correct.
Before it happened.
Yeah.
All right, but it would have been a much closer toss-up game.
Money would have came in. Broncos probably go off as a favorite come kickoff, I would imagine. But, at the end of the day, it is an interesting question.
Do you have them winning? What do you have for the AFC game?
All right, so I am trying to figure out the drop-off from Bo Nix to Stidham, and that's where my mind goes. Like, I don't think we're giving Bo Nix and his contribution to the offense for the Broncos this year and the success that they had enough credit. Like, Stidham, I think, is a serviceable backup. There's obviously value in him. You see him go from team to team. It was the first. Tell me you've heard this 100 times already. He was the first guy that Sean Payton got out or brought out there to Denver with them. I get it. But I just feel like it's going to be a significant drop-off from Bo Nix to Jared Stidham going up against this Patriot defense with Vrabel. There's playmakers. You saw them. Look, C.J. Stroud was atrocious, but, man, that secondary attacked. Gonzalez is a badass for the Patriots.
Good.
Giving Vrabel the opportunity to hone in here. I like the Patriots to go up there. Now, the key is 4.5. The ultimate equalizer is the point spread. I could see this being a 4-point win, and that's a cop-out.
So, close game.
But I'm taking the Patriots.
But not outright. I got them outright. Broncos outright. Money line, Dutsy.
I agree.
What about you, Ray?
I like where Brace's mind's at here. It's closer than we all think. I'll take him to cover the spread, though. Yeah, I'm sorry, Dutsy. I love you. You know I love you like a younger brother here, but this is... I would be doing the same thing in your scenario, so I don't want to say you're in the fan delusion part of this thing, but a little bit. It's Stidham.
Stidham.
I did watch Drake May, though, last Sunday, and my entire day was dedicated to rooting against the Patriots, and I wanted to see the Texans pull that off, and Stroud made me livid. I didn't find myself overly thrilled with what I saw from Drake May, so I understand your line of thinking.
Wasn't great.
No,
You also
it
talk
hasn't
about
been great.
the defense, right, Sean? They've beaten the Chargers offense that had both missing tackles and playoff Justin Herbert, and then they beat the Texans without Nico Collins, and then Dalton Schultz obviously exits early. So
are you going to say the Patriots are a lucky team?
I am.
14-3, 8-0 on the road.
Obviously, it's hard to win in the NFL. I'm not denying that. What I am denying is their strength of schedule wasn't the worst among the league this year. I think Drake May, a lot of his wins were stat padded against the Saints, Jets twice a year, the Dolphins. Got a lot of those wins.
Yep. He hasn't seen a defense like this. He hasn't been in an environment like this. And it's the AFC Championship game. And by the way, this really comes down to what the offense can do, what the Broncos offense can do. Sean Payton's one of the best offensive coaches in the league. And if
Just
that
ask
means,
him.
he'll tell you every time.
Stidham's a guy who's been in the system for 3 years now. So Sean knows what he's got in him.
Short passes, they're going to run the ball. And this is where there's two plays that could determine the game. Some type of a trick play that they
Hook and
run.
ladder, Johnny.
Something like
Like
that.
the Bills did in late last game with the toss to.
I'm begging the Eagles to run a hook and ladder next year. So many teams
Nick's
are
never
pulling,
heard of it.
They're pulling it out and they're running it, and it looks so great. I just want one.
They ran it against the Eagles, didn't they, in that game?
They did, the Bills.
In the fourth quarter on that last drive, right?
The Bills ran it.
Yeah.
The Bills have run it a few times.
If the Eagles did it, would bounce off the helmet of whoever.
Bills just ran it against Denver. It was beautiful.
Yeah, it's great.
One hook and ladder.
All right, give me a final score, Dutsy.
I'm going to go 24-21 Denver. It's my final.
I do want to back up and say, from the betting perspective, I'm not copping out here. I am taking the New England Patriots minus the 4.5. I did say watch it be a 4-point game. That's just the loser gambler in me. But if I'm wagering on this game, I'm laying the number minus 4.5. Give me the Patriots.
All right, there you go. Good luck, Dutsy.
Thank you, Johnny. Sean,
Duts.
good to see you.
Best hair in Philadelphia sports talk.
He does. Look at that.
I'm loving it, man. I'm loving it.
He went to the bay. He was brushing it before we came on.
Yeah, you were brush guy.
He went into the bathroom.
Run the hand through. Listen, you can't. You don't know if you're gonna have this for the rest of your life. You got to enjoy it. While
what type of product? Wax? Hairspray?
I don't even know what it is. It's like a. It's not like gel.
Mousse?
It's like a no. It's like a styling cream.
Nate Tennyson uses pomade, not gel, which really makes it. That's a heavy hold.
That's some slicker stuff.
Yeah, I can't do that. I can't
some
do the
greaser
pomade.
stuff.
Right.
Pull out the comb.
Yeah, he did. It is like just it's
Does he have the comb in the hand the way he has to style?
Yes.
Yeah, it's perfect.
You can see the comb marks.
Yeah.
You know when you comb it and the comb marks are left.
Yeah,
Man.
That's Nate.
I can see it.
See, like talking about Ray, like when I ask Ray to do a video, he'll fix his hair, even though it doesn't move for probably like the whole month of January. Yeah, he'll still fix it.
And when it gets a little bit
it doesn't go
longer,
anywhere.
It hangs down a little bit. You gotta just pop it back up.
Does Ray look like he just had a fresh haircut? 'Cause he did yesterday.
Yeah, I can see it.
The beard looks more
this was
cleaned
the whole
up
show
than
with
the head.
Mike. That what new styles Roy could try because he has like that 8-year-old, like haircut.
He does.
Michael used to go at him all the time.
No product, though. I felt it.
Yeah, no product.
All right, coming up, there might not be a man more outside than Sean Brace, but not this weekend. Hear about that coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic. back. It is Middays with Marks. Just a special shout out. Do you remember Andrew Owens, Sean?
The opera singer?
The opera singer.
I still follow him, yes.
Ray, we had an official opera singer back to the John and Sean show back in the day.
Really?
Andrew Owens. When we say official opera singer, right now he's in Switzerland.
Yeah,
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, he's legit. All over the place.
Correct. So he messaged me last night and said that I see you're back with Sean. I haven't listened to sports radio in a long time, but
nice.
I'm gonna start tuning in again. So he just messaged me back because I said, "Where are you these days?" And he said he just moved to Europe 5 years ago.
Like
Switzerland's official Philadelphia sports talk radio show.
Correct.
Nice.
I'm telling you, man, and that kid, he's got some pipes.
What did we do with him?
Ooh, that's a good question.
We did something where he was singing something.
It was probably like headlines or something.
I forget.
Something.
I forget.
Dumb.
All right. Well, shout out to Andrew out there listening right now. So you were playing the club music, Ray. If you want to, you can bring it back on or whatever because, no married man of two hits the club more than Sean Brace.
That's right. Oh, man. And this storm, does this storm have a name?
No, you know what? They did start naming them. I didn't see it.
All right. Well, this one is wreaking havoc, and this one crushed me. Tomorrow, Saturday, with the Flyers and Sixers on, I wasn't here. I wasn't hosting. I was invited to a bachelor party in Jersey. My wife's side of the family, her cousin, Ryan Onushko, shout out, he's getting married.
All right, so wife's cousin. Wife cousin, so your cousin-in-law.
Cousin-in-law, there you go. Okay. Thank you. He's getting married. So he was having a little shindig in Jersey, and he's a health nut. He had us running. We were like working out in the morning, then hitting the bars, and then going out, right?
For his bachelor party?
For his bachelor party.
You're going to do a workout in the morning?
I mean,
That's interesting.
Different strokes for different folks.
No, that's interesting. I just wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, okay. But then, since I was in Jersey, I had a little high school party, high school flavor, where me and some of the boys were catching up, and we were heading to Atlantic City, a little action city, on a Saturday night, terrorizing the Borgata, and I'm sure a couple other clubs as well. And all of this just got canceled.
Bachelor party got canceled?
Snap of the fingers. Yep, everything. All wiped off the calendar.
So it was supposed to be working out into what, lunch?
Working out, then back to the house, some grub, maybe some beers, and then heading out to a bar. And I don't think we were doing dinner, but I think we were doing a couple bars.
And then
some good bars.
And then you were going to
I was heading straight down the AC Expressway to hop on and join the party that has been raging on for some that got down there on Friday, believe it or not, or tonight. But all that got canceled.
Oh, were you going to stay the night or were you coming home?
No, I was staying the night, baby.
Well, why can't you do that? I mean, once you get in a hotel, it can stow 85 feet.
Because then I'm not coming home till Monday.
Oh,
I was coming home on Sunday.
Okay. Yeah, I guess it's going to be bad on Sunday.
I like this club music, though. I'm going out. Now what do I do?
So, Ray, here's my question. Have you ever got two kids at home? He's got a wife who's the breadwinner, by the way.
Oh, yes.
And he's going to the Borgata. He's going to a bachelor party for her cousin. And then, so what do? After the bachelor party, you go home. Sean goes to the Borgata for the night, stays over, with his buddies.
He was clocking out at what? What time is that workout again?
Workout would have been over, I think, at noon, if I'm not mistaken.
What time's it start?
I think 10:30. We were like doing something on a track. Yeah.
So you're on a track.
Yeah, he had us running. I don't know. He's like I said, he's in shape. He's a health nut. So he didn't want to just turn it to complete debauchery.
That's fine.
So we're mixing in a meal.
Yeah, you're clocking out at about 10 on Saturday and clocking back in at about 10 on Sunday. 24
10
hours.
my ass.
Way over.
I was trying to be nice there.
No,
Noon?
no.
All right.
I would have been home probably in the games. No,
3 o'clock. So okay, then the games. So then you're tapped into the games.
I would have pressed my luck.
So you would have went
36 hours.
You would have watched at least some of the first game out.
Correct.
Oh God.
6 o'clock.
He's going all weekend. That's a weekend.
Yeah.
6 o'clock.
But I mean, the thing about it is he never is out anyway. So it's like every once in a while you gotta let him out.
He's out more
he
than
never
me.
goes out.
I'm telling you.
Right, so
like a rat in a cage.
When was the last time you were out?
It was probably last Saturday.
It was the weekend.
Yeah, it was Saturday.
So what did you do? You were out all day too.
Yeah, we went to Villanova game.
Went to the Villanova game and then
went
you
out
were
after.
And then you went out before and after.
Before and after.
Right.
Watched the games.
Yep.
Misconduct. Saw the garage bar down there in Center City. First time
That's
checking
right.
that one out.
You were going to text. You should have texted Ray because Ray might have been around. You exhaust me.
The Johnnies in Villanova. Great game. Great seats. Oh, man.
Out before, game out after, and then you even stopped back in Conshohocken before you went home, right?
Close. I went to Manioc.
You went to Pitcher's Pub.
You went to Pitchers and
I went to Pitcher's Post. Yeah, look, a friend of mine was in town.
of course. Yeah. Why not? I mean, at that point, you've been out so long, you might as well not.
Keep it going, man.
I mean, I understand that.
You exhaust me. You got more than Ray. Ray has no responsibility. He doesn't even have a cat.
Oh, I love it.
That's unbelievable. All right.
Hey, look, I get my job, I get my work done around the house, and then the wife lets me out from time to time.
I don't know. I listen. God bless you. God bless you.
I got to stay. Look, you got to stay connected with the people. There's nothing better that keeps you in touch with the people than when you go belly up at a bar.
Agreed with that. 1,000%.
Okay.
The games just hit different when you watch them at a bar.
Yeah, I'm in a totally different world, though.
Why?
Because I have literally nothing I have to take care of.
Oh, gotcha. Well, I already took care of my responsibilities.
But Sean already dusted his room or whatever his responsibilities are. What were your responsibilities? Taking the trash out?
I am in charge of the trash.
Yeah, you take the trash out.
Yeah, I do the dishes.
Okay. All right.
I'll get the milk when I'm home.
Yeah.
Daddy, get the milk.
Right. Is Kelly going to be out shoveling when? Hey, are you going to call me and be like, honey, is the sidewalk clear? So I'll be home in about an hour. I just want to make sure that did you salt the sidewalk too?
It's hysterical. I got to get salt.
Bill Colarulo checks out. There's no salt, dude.
No.
Unless you're going to get a salt shaker, and I wouldn't go to a store right now because the report I got was the Wegmans in Collegeville was Wegmans is a bleeping nightmare. They're all out of everything. The meat guys were unloading boxes, and the people were taking the packages right out of their hands before they made it to the shelf.
That's incredible.
That's also the report I got yesterday up there.
People do realize that by Tuesday, you'll be able to, get back to normal.
I saw somebody on Instagram selling salt bags out of their car.
So,
one for 30, 2 for 50.
Entrepreneur right there.
I don't know what year it was, but I remember major salt shortage. I was living in Collegeville, so it's at least 2012. This Luke Oil up the street, City in Belmont, they were selling a small bag of rock salt for $35. I literally screamed the guy F you in the place. Now, he probably paid $20 for it, but still. Yes. I'm like, huh? Like $35. I'm like, seriously? I'm like, dude, F you. And everybody looked at me and I walked out because I needed rock salt. I had to go to a pool. So there was a listener that owned the pools, Carlton Pools up in Trapp that said, hey, I have that's it's not rock salt. It'll probably ruin your driveway and your sidewalk, but I have salt that I can give you that we use at the pool stuff, and he gave it to me.
Everybody's got a line.
Yep. I don't have any salt, and I'm not even trying.
I got a half a bucket.
I don't need it,
but I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it. Yeah. I'll be fine. People can just slip all over the place. I don't care. Whatever.
2 feet.
All right, Schefter's interviewing Bobby Slowick for the offensive coordinator job. According to Adam Schefter, Eagles interviewing Bobby Slowick.
Good.
All right, coming up, News at Noon featuring Booty, Sean Miller, and Michael Irvin. Michael Irvin thing's so funny.
That's why it's best for last.
It's good. That, and we have, I don't know who this is. I don't know what Sean has cooked up. But
Rock God.
A special guest joins us in studio. You got to jump on the YouTube for this. That's coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Big win for the Sixers. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. Last night, the Sixers host the Rockets and Kevin Durant. They came away with a victory, not once, but twice. Should have won in regulation. A no call on a goaltend by the Rockets on Tyrese Maxey's last-second layup attempt. Should have given the Sixers the victory. They win in overtime anyways, 128-122. Both Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey scored 30-plus points in the win. This is how it sounded at the end of the game right here on the Fanatic.
Thompson driving it into the lane, spins. Sixers steal the ball, and now it's loose again. And Oubre gets it. He goes to Joel. 10 seconds. Embiid, lead pass Maxey. Maxey's going to dunk it. The Sixers are going to beat the Houston Rockets.
Sixers back in action tomorrow against the Knicks down at Xfinity Mobile Arena at 3 o'clock. The NFL coaching carousel continues as Eagles defensive back coach Christian Parker is reportedly going to take the Cowboys defensive coordinator job. The Eagles, we just got word, according to Adam Schefter, are interviewing Bobby Slowick for their offensive coordinator job. We'll have James Palmer on the show at 1 o'clock to break down everything going on in the NFL. Flyers and Avalanche play tonight at 9 o'clock. You catch the game right here on The Fanatic. This update is brought to you by IHOP. IHOP's value menu is here. Enjoy breakfast favorites like pancakes, eggs, and bacon, French toast with sausage, or a cheesy omelet with pancakes, all for just $6. Go to your Happy Plates with the $6 IHOP value menu. I'm Ray Dunn, your home for the Sixers, Flyers, Best Birds Talk in town. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
I guess he is maybe meeting the guests downstairs. I don't know what's going on. All I know is that he's not here. He just yelled to me, "Do news at noon. I'll be up in a second. I'll be in a second." All right, so I think we're going to have to do the news at noon, and then when Sean gets here with the guest, he'll get here with the guest. So you should tune in to YouTube. I think this is going to be something. Or it might not be something, Ray. I don't know.
I have no idea. I've been kept in the dark as well, this one. So
okay. All right. There we go. Couple things here. Eagles former Eagles defensive lineman Kevin Johnson, who played on the Ray Rhodes 1995 team, I believe, he passed away. He was at a homeless encampment, and he died from like blunt head trauma, which I hadn't thought about Kevin Johnson since he probably played. They signed a couple guys off the street that year, and Ronnie Dixon, who was a truck driver, and then Kevin Johnson, who just wasn't on the roster, and they were actually really good. So I always remember his big number 94. So sad to see that today. A former Eagle has passed away at way too young, 55 years old. All right, we'll get back to the phones And we'll get to what's going on with Sean after the news at noon. What do you got?
This city needs its news.
Now, it's time for
I'd like to be remembered as a good newsman.
the news at noon
It's the coolest story I've ever heard in my entire life. That's insane.
with Ray Dunn.
All right. We're going to start with the matchup we've already talked about today, the Patriots and the Broncos, because nothing better than some jabs through the media before you get the big AFC Championship game. Keyshawn Booty had an opportunity to respond to Sean Payton, who told Broncos fans, be loud, be just absolutely insane for us, because you got plenty of time to rest before the Super Bowl. Basically insinuating, give us the energy on Sunday, we'll win the game, and then you can rest up for the Super Bowl in 2 weeks.
Right.
Reporter was like, hey, Keyshawn, you heard anything about that?
Not that you guys need any extra motivation, but did you see the Sean Payton quote insinuating that Denver fans will have some extra rest for the Super Bowl?
Nah, I ain't never seen
Yeah,
it.
he said they have 2 weeks to rest up for the Super Bowl. Basically, insinuating
Yeah,
about
I
the
ain't
Super
seen
Bowl.
it.
Does that matter to you guys at all?
You can rest in Cancun, too, at the end of the day. So it is what it is.
Great line, so long as you win.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. It's interesting. Sean, are you the same way with Sean Payton, where sometimes I watch him, I'm like, he's a really good coach, and then other times I watch him, I'm like, God, I hate him.
I hate him, but I respect him.
God. Yeah.
This Broncos run has made me like I can't not respect the guy for what he is. So I'm just going to hate him while understanding I need to respect the fact he's a good coach.
He came into Denver, and Russell Wilson's his quarterback. Immediately, he's like, yeah, we're benching you, and I'm getting rid of you. And
Broncos country, let's ride.
They overdraft Bo Nix. He's like, he's a second-round draft pick. What are you doing? And is this Bo Nix second year?
Yeah.
And they're one win away from a Super Bowl without Bo Nix. You're going to have to do it without Bo Nix. But still, crazy how quickly he's turned things around.
And it's crazy because I'm rooting for him. We had all back and forth yesterday, Brendan Gunn and I, that Brendan Gunn won't root for the Broncos because he doesn't want someone else to have the backup quarterback story. I'm just enthralled with this Broncos story. I want Dutsy to be celebrating Super Bowl so badly. I really do. I don't think it's going to happen, but I'm rooting for Stidham on Sunday for sure.
Me too.
All right, moving on. We got more college coaches upset. This is the latest in the mid-conference season, just meltdown by a coach. This time it's Sean Miller of Texas after losing to Kentucky, just ripping his team.
What our team, and this is a Texas problem, has is we have a virus called fouling. And it has plagued us from the opening tip of the first game until tonight. It's not the officials. It's not Kentucky. We will foul the living out of you. We'll foul a three-point shooter. We'll foul at the end of the clock. We'll leave our feet on drives. We'll reach. You describe the foul, and the team that I'm coaching will commit it.
Just so you know, they're going to commit the foul. This is the point of the season where if you're sick of your team, and I think in the transfer portal era, you almost can go to a more extreme extent because you just believe that half of them aren't going to be there anyways.
Right.
You just lay into the team for the sake of, you know what, screw it. If we're not going to do it, I'm going to just try and motivate you through the dumbest possible way, and that might just be the dumbest possible way.
Yeah, it's interesting you mentioned the transfer portal era. I hadn't thought about maybe that's a reason why you'd act different. I mean, for a while it was well, you just have players that leave after a year.
Right.
You get the one and doners. Now you're going to have players staying a little bit longer because maybe they're getting paid with the NILs, but it still changes everything. It's weird. I haven't really settled on what needs to happen or what the best route for everything is.
Contracts.
I know it's I know it's not what it is right now. They're suing the Duke quarterback. Yep. The Duke quarterback's like, well, no, I'm not following the contract I signed. I'm going to go somewhere else. And Duke's like, well, we're going to sue you then.
That's not how contracts work, kiddo.
Like you may be in college, but now you're a professional athlete because
Right.
you're being changed and you have a contract. You just can't leave because you want to. I'll be curious to see how that plays out.
They've tried to bring laws to the Wild West. Good luck.
Yeah, you're right.
That's exactly what this is. By the way, 23 fouls for Texas to 19 for Kentucky last night. Not a huge disparity.
Yeah, what's that?
But he's livid. They lost again. Last one for you here, and this is the most important of the news at noon, which is why we're putting it last here. Michael Irvin. He's got a podcast now. It's on Netflix. The White House. And people have been talking about him using some white stuff recently when they saw him on Miami's sideline. The energy for him has been at an all-time high. He's seen the memes. He wants you to know there's nothing out there that'll last as long as he's fired up for Miami.
First of all, y'all know damn well Coke don't last 5 hours.
Y'all know damn well Coke don't last 5 hours. And I hadn't partaken in 20 years. But if you got some 5-hour stuff, let me know. That's just what I'm saying, man. Like, stop it. Like, stop saying this stuff.
That's funny. If you got some 5-hour stuff.
Yeah.
You know the name of the podcast?
The White House.
The White House.
Yeah.
Which is the famous house where they would have their shenanigans and whatever they were doing back in the day. Across from where they played or their practice facility, wherever it was, it's where the players would go for a good time.
Sounds like they had a good time.
That's the news. You
got the 5-hour stuff. He's back in. Hasn't done it in 20 years.
I really like Michael Irvin.
Oh, I do too.
He's very, very interesting.
Entertaining.
Yeah. And he was totally nuts during Miami's run.
Yeah. He did have the feel of a guy that maybe enjoyed it a little too much. You know?
Yes.
You're hanging on a little bit to the glory years.
Yeah, but think about how long it's been.
Right.
They went from being, and you're obviously too young to remember this, they were the thing. Mm-hmm. That was the college program, and it's so strange how they can be that big and then they were cooked for decades.
Yeah, the apex of their existence prior to this for me was like Brad Kaya.
Yeah, they were.
Which all due respect to Brad Kaya, but
I don't even remember who that is.
Oh, wow. Good for you.
But they had like they were it, and then as fast as they were it, then they weren't. And just like they would have the year where people would talk them up and be like, all right, well, this is the year, and then that never ever happened. But anyway, all right, well, I don't know where Sean is, but joining us right now in studio. This looks like Paul Stanley from Kiss, albeit looks like he put on a couple pounds from the last time I saw him.
Philadelphia! It's great to be here! Hello! Philly!
So,
you know how much ass Gene and I used to get here? Are you kidding me? In the 70s, 80s? Hell, I think Gene is still doing well.
Paul Stanley, what are you doing in Philadelphia? Is Kiss playing somewhere this weekend?
Actually, tonight, the Philadelphia Wings are home. Johnny Marks, I heard you're a pretty damn good sports talk radio host. Yes, the Philadelphia Wings are at home, and it is Kiss night down at the Xfinity Mobile Arena. And that rolls off the tongue.
And they booked you, or are you just coming because you heard about it and you wanted to catch a game?
I'm just, look, anytime they do something Kiss-related, I got to be there. So I will be in the building, yes.
Paul Stanley of Kiss on the show today. Ray, this might be the biggest guest ever. I don't even know where Sean is.
Tell you what, I heard the Wings have a great in-arena announcer, too.
Who is it?
This guy by the name of Sean Brace. I heard he's really good at his craft.
Yes. He must be in the bathroom. I know he had a stomach ache earlier. I can't believe he's missing this.
Where's my boy Gene at? I need him. And Ace. Is Ace still alive? I think Ace died.
You know what I know about Kiss?
Yeah.
Nothing. I know who Paul Stanley is. I know Gene Simmons. I know Gene Simmons was married to Shannon Tweed.
Yes.
I know who Shannon Tweed is because that's what I would see her boobies on HBO movies back in the 90s.
You know this song?
Yeah, I don't like it.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
everybody. Feel Good Friday.
I was never a Kiss fan. Now, Gene Simmons made a fortune on the whole Kiss thing with the figurines and all those things.
Oh, yeah. I did all right myself as well. Paul Stanley in studio, Ray. Let's go.
What a get.
Let's go.
Well, congratulations.
How about that?
Kiss night down at the Philadelphia Wings. Acting up, having some fun.
Now, will Sean Brace be dressed like you tonight at the game?
I believe so. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he said that he's going to be keeping the makeup on, driving down 76 to and from.
So he's not going to take the makeup off.
No, this was a once we get it on there, I think it's got to stay. Yeah, I think it's got to stay on. Shout out to my team making it happen.
Are you wearing lipstick?
I am wearing lipstick. Dude, we're all in. We're full throttle. Look, they hand me a microphone. All right. So,
your hair looks great, by the way.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. I've been working hard on that.
So I went to ChatGPT and I asked, I said, what are some questions I can ask Paul Stanley?
Bring it.
None of them are good.
Okay. Look, Kiss is iconic. They have many hits. They've been doing it forever.
If you can go back and give a young Paul Stanley a word of advice, what would it be?
Oh, man, that's a good one. I would say, you know what? Eat a little bit better. Eat a little bit better because it pays off in the long run. kind of a boring answer.
Yeah, it is. Sorry.
Maybe party a little bit more too as well, but we did it.
Was he not a partier?
Oh man, the Kiss thing for me, I think that they did party, but if I'm not mistaken, they were kind of like,
Well, I mean, there's a difference between you're a rock star partying than heroin addict.
Correct.
Like total maniac.
I'm sure
everybody hated them.
Everybody loved Kiss, but they really were big because they wore makeup.
Yeah, like what's the second biggest Kiss song?
Detroit Rock City.
Okay.
Rock and Roll All Night, like we just heard that one.
Yeah.
I was made to love you.
Okay, I know that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was not my era of.
No,
I didn't like I wasn't who are the contemporaries of Kiss at that time? It's a little bit before Def Leppard, so it's like early '80s is when they were the biggest, mid '80s, late '80s.
No, I would say '70s, right?
Yeah,
Kiss
late
is a '70s band. Yeah, they're a rock '70s band.
Okay,
and if I believe I have it correct,
73 to Paul Stanley active in the band 73 through 2020.
Paul Stanley is still out there killing it. Great looking. I mean, I am just flawless, actually. Yes. No. Paul Stanley. Yeah, he's heavy in social media, very opinionated still at this stage of his life, and I believe they still perform. They're still throwing on the makeup. Gene's still wearing the high heels.
Well, these bands the nostalgia bands make so much money on these tours because everybody wants to go see them.
Oh yeah.
So
we're never giving it up. Baby.
I mean, Jason, Motley Crue. Who's the jabroni from Motley Crue?
You got Tommy Lee.
No, the head.
Vince
singer.
Neil.
Vince Neil. He can't even sing anymore.
No,
they have to have a track. The track in the back. He can barely even speak anymore.
No, yeah, he's got.
But people go see him.
He's got big time issues, and they've hung it up many times, and they still roll it out. Like, oh no, we're back.
They make so much money off the
stadium tours. Yeah,
well, it's a link with it Def Leppard and Motley Crue. And, yeah, big time. All right, there you go.
Kiss night down at the Wings.
I can't believe that you're going to actually stay in that get up for the rest of it. What time's the game?
The game is until I think 7:00.
So are you going home after the show?
I will go home
and scare your family before.
I will. I brought makeup wipes.
Okay,
so they will come off.
Okay,
but here's the deal. This is the first time. Why is Ray silent?
Ray,
he's throwing me off.
I don't even know what I can say to you right now.
So, Ray, to people that aren't watching on YouTube, it really doesn't look like Sean at all.
No,
like normally
I'm almost terrified.
I'm Paul Stanley. What are you talking about?
You look awful. I feel. No, I mean, you look great, but you look awful. You're a handsome guy. You look awful.
My wife said, you got to shave the beard if you're going to do it. I just like, come on. Do I really have to shave the beard to
you can't see the beard through the makeup. No, you can't see you can't see the beard, the makeup, right?
I mean, yeah.
It looks like stubble.
Okay.
It's like it's not like Ray's beard if you try to do the same thing.
They better get over to the YouTube channel. That's all I know. And check us out. Subscribe. Tell a friend. Let them know. Middays with Marks.
I'm thinking about the person that watches the inevitable James Palmer video we put up.
Yeah.
With you interviewing James Palmer like that.
Oh, that's going to be great. It's going to be great.
I just want that out of context. I really hope for that person they enjoy their Friday night.
And I have a great question for James. Really hard hitting. X's and O's, too.
So,
we're going to break down the game.
So I said at the beginning of the show, yesterday we had Todd Zalecki on. And we had so I'll check on these things, right? Like I'll do my Phillies hot stove thing, and I'll check to see well how many people watched over, and I'd be like, wow, we have a lot of people that watch our off-air stuff and our on-air. So we'll take an interview with Todd Zalecki, and we'll put it up on our YouTube page. So that's why you want to subscribe 97.5 The Fanatic, because if you don't watch it live, I watched it last night while I was doing dishes, and I was like, wow, it was really good.
Yes, it was.
So these are out there. So people that
what are we doing? What are we attempting over there?
He's trying to drink water without touching the water bottle with his lipstick. So
drink the water.
Right. So to Ray's point, so a lot of people they're just searching for Phillies content, and they may not even be in Philadelphia. They may not even listen to the radio station or watch the radio station. So somebody that sees, oh, James Palmer, I love that guy, NFL Insider. Oh, he was on. Let me check this out. And then they're gonna go to watch the video, not knowing that.
I'll guarantee James Palmer has never had a conversation with Paul Stanley. I'll guarantee that. So here we are. It's going to be a first for James Palmer in his illustrious career.
I don't even think we bring it up. I just think that we just do the interview and.
For sure. No.
But
He'll have
someone
no idea.
But think about it. Someone that clicks on it's like, oh, James Palmer, this is awesome. What's he saying about the offensive coordinator job? And then Sean goes to ask a question.
He's mentioned before his high school buddies to listen when he comes on the air, like in this area. I just need one of his high school friends sending him a screenshot, like, yo, dude.
Yes.
You realize what they were dressed as interviewing you?
James, you're up there in Denver. The fanfare for Jared Stidham is a little bit over the top, in my opinion. But you know Sean Payton better than most, so please.
Yeah, actually, it is a good. He's right now. He's stationed in Denver. You're right. So that's a good question.
Well, Paul Stanley knows what he's talking about.
I didn't know Paul Stanley was this much of a sports fan.
Big time sports fan. I mean, ask me about the Eagles OC. I got some takes.
Yeah, is it a bad job?
It's a great job. Are you kidding me? This is a great city. Women out the wazoo in Philadelphia.
Are they
so much good?
Are they attractive though?
Oh, they're beautiful.
Okay.
Especially in the summertime when everybody goes down to the shore. Paul Stanley loves the Jersey Shore.
All right.
Loves it.
Well, listen, it's a good tease for James Palmer coming up at 1 o'clock. Also a good tease for Sean. The whole reason Sean's dressed like this, in case you missed it, he's the in-arena host for the Philadelphia Wings, which have a game tonight down at the Xfinity Mobile Arena.
That is correct.
Or the X.
Yeah, we have some fun there. You know, we do it up, and they allow me to act up. So, of course, I take every opportunity I can to wear a wig.
They get their money's worth from you.
Oh, absolutely. This is
sure.
like year 5, I think, for me.
Yep.
Oh, I'm a maniac.
You're a
Farzetta does a great job on PA. He's a stud. We have a lot of fun. It's a good time down there. Indoor lacrosse is a lot of fun.
All right, there you go.
They just need to win.
There you go.
Not really winning these days.
No, not a. They're in rebuilding mode.
We've been in rebuilding mode.
Oh, okay.
But that's all right. The in-arena announcer is really damn good, so let's go.
All right, let's do it. We had somebody that called in that was selling. Can you call back in? This person was actually selling salt out of their trunk. Sean said that people are selling salt bags out of the trunk. This guy was one of them.
I saw on Instagram.
I went on the drive over here one ballot so I could buy a bag.
Pushing bags of salt out of his car.
Not bath salts.
No, rock salt.
Rock salt for the snow.
Correct.
All right. Well, there you go. Well, thank you for Mr. Stanley. Thank you for coming in. It's been an honor to interview you.
No, I'm not leaving. I'm staying.
You're co-hosting for the rest of the show.
You got me till 2 o'clock.
Oh, listen, wait.
Paul Stanley has nothing on his agenda till 2 p.m.
Okay. All right.
James Palmer coming up at 1. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could do the shows.
I'm gonna. I went to look at it on YouTube, and it's terrifying.
It's terrible. All I could see just above the monitor is that head with all the makeup.
We have the NFL Insider, along with Diana Rossini and Steve Smith, podcast on The Athletic. NFL Insider James Palmer. James, how are you? And then you look at the camera angle, and Paul Stanley shaking his head.
It's a great point, James. It's a great point.
I'm mad that I missed Michael Irvin talking about doing his sort of thing from back in the day.
Yeah, he wishes the 5-hour cocaine was.
Yeah. Well, that sounds like a perfect opportunity for 5-hour energy to slide in and give him a little promo. He's got that new podcast.
Called The White House, ironically.
Absolutely.
Let's go to Joe in South Jersey, who's got this. He's selling the salt out of his car. Joe, hello.
Hey, what's up, fellas? How you guys doing today?
Oh, how are you? What's going on, man? So hang on a second. That's actually my computer that it's coming out of. Joe, so are you really selling rock salt out of your car?
I'm absolutely selling rock salt out of my car and my garage.
All right, so what did you do? You just went out and you said, you know what, big storm coming. Let me go out and buy like $1,000 worth of rock salt, and then I can resell it.
Yeah. So what happened was I was going out like everybody else, but just earlier in the week, and I was looking to grab some rock salt. I seen it for like a good, decent price. And as I was loading it up, I was like, I'll take 5 because I'm going to shovel this weekend. And I just noticed people grabbing it, coming in. It just was getting rapid. And they were getting crazy for it. So I'm like, something's not right here. So I said, you know what? I'll grab maybe 15, 20. So I grabbed 15, 20 the first day. I don't say anything to anybody. And just yesterday I started, selling. I sold my 20 bags within the first maybe 2 hours.
All right,
so
what was the retail price that you bought the bags for?
So I got 2 different styles. So I had the salt crystals that I was getting for about $10 a bag.
Okay.
And then I found some like eco-friendly one that was maybe $30, $27.
Okay.
For.
So what's the markup? What's the markup?
Yeah. So the salt crystal one, which was $10, I'm selling those for $20 a pop. $5 extra for delivery in the area.
Oh my God.
And then the ones that I got for maybe $25-30, I'm doing $40 plus $5 delivery, $45 depending. So I've had some, landscapers and some other people come and contact me to try to grab bulk, and I just keep telling them, hey guys, for me it just makes more sense if they're paying $35 now, $40 today, tomorrow. I mean, not that I'm going to kill them with the prices, but people are willing to pay whatever for rock salt.
But if you can't get it, which is, I didn't even try to go to, yesterday I was going to go to the True Value and I didn't make it there, and it probably would have been gone. Honestly, I would buy, if you said, hey, I'll $20 for a bag, I think you get more easily.
It's an easy number, yep.
Yeah, $20 is easy.
So I'm doing the 20 because the bag is like the salt crystals. So it's not like on the bags, a lot of those stores are selling them. And it's like water softener. It's like the kind of alternative that people are using when they can't find the rock salt. Now, I can sell those for $30, $40, but I mean, it's just, I'm getting them for $10. I'm just, I'm doubling up for the 20. Now, the real stuff that I had, the stuff that I'm paying $25, $30 for, that I'm upcharging to $40,
right?
Plus the delivery. Now, that stuff, yeah, if I wait a day or two, I can move that up to $50. They're 50-pound bags, and, they're good stuff.
When did rock salt get so complex? At the back of my day.
I don't know. But, when you're in the store and you're just buying some and you see people, mobbing to it, I just am like, something's up here.
No, you were smart.
I used to call my mom. She sent me some money to grab some more stuff. She was like, yeah, grab some more.
All right, Joe.
Yeah.
All right, man. Yeah, bring some over here. I could use it.
Entrepreneurial spirit right there.
Yeah, and you know what? It's not.
Get that guy in Shark Tank.
$20 is he gets his $10. Someone gets what they want. You're not totally killing them for the price.
No, 20 is an even number, and I would pay that.
Yep. All right, coming up, you won't believe who's another name interviewing for the Bills head coaching job.
Is it Gene?
It is not.
Oh,
Ace. It is not Paul Stanley. It is not Gene Simmons.
Peter Criss?
About as old as those guys.
Okay.
That's coming up. Also, it's a feel-good Friday, but we have to hit on some Phillies stuff. What do you hear about what Bo Bichette's favorite movie is? Would you pursue him again in the offseason next year if he opts out? Yeah, no. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Bobby Slowick's interview. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update as the Eagles' offensive coordinator search continues. Bobby Slowick is the latest name that Adam Schefter has reported the Eagles will bring in for an interview. He spent the last season with Miami as their pass game coordinator, was the offensive coordinator for 2 seasons for the Houston Texans. So he's coming in to join the list of candidates that the Eagles have already talked to about their offensive coordinator opening. The Eagles did lose defensive backs coach Christian Parker as he's reportedly going to take the Cowboys defensive coordinator job. Elsewhere in town, the Sixers with a big win last night in overtime over the Rockets, 128-122. Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey both scored 30+. Here's how it sounded on the Fanatic.
Thompson driving it into the lane, spins. Sixers steal the ball, and now it's loose again. And Oubre gets it. He goes to Joel. 10 seconds. Embiid, lead pass Maxey. Maxey's going to dunk it. The Sixers are going to beat the Houston Rockets.
Sixers have the Knicks tomorrow at 3. You can listen to the game here on The Fanatic. You can also listen to Flyers Avalanche tonight at 9 o'clock right here on The Fanatic. This update brought to you by IHOP. IHOP's value menu is here. Enjoy breakfast favorites like pancakes, eggs, and bacon, French toast with sausage, or a cheesy omelet with pancakes, all for just $6. Go to your happy plates with the $6 IHOP value menu. I'm Ray Down, your home for the Sixers, Flyers, Best Birds Talk in town, 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
Everybody had a friend that loved Kiss. You didn't?
I mean, maybe. I don't know. I mean, I know you mean.
Yeah.
I know the Kiss fans that you're talking about.
Yes. I have plenty of those.
I can't think of any friends that I knew that were big Kiss fans.
Huge Kiss fans.
But yeah, in high school, I can think of guys that were Kiss fans.
Apparently, it's a huge turnout tonight.
Really?
Yeah, at the Wings game. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you'll see Paul Stanley / Sean there later on tonight. Yeah. All right. So the Bills, they're leaving no stone unturned in their head coaching search. Sean Brace, Mike McDaniel, according to reports, interviewing for the job. In addition, Phillip Rivers interviewing for the Buffalo Bills head coaching job today.
Is that serious?
According to, it's on Pro Football Talk.
No.
Yeah, rap sheet.
And I think Schefter had it too.
Yep. Yeah, Josh Allen, I'm reading from Pro Football Talk. Josh Allen and Rivers have a strong relationship, which is part of what has Buffalo interested in Rivers as a candidate.
Oh, people are going to freak out over that one.
So again, this is when you're asking yourself how much does Josh Allen have to do with this? He obviously does. Otherwise, are you really bringing in Phillip Rivers? I mean, Phillip Rivers has head coaching experience at St. Michael Catholic High School.
At the high school level, yes. That would not be something that I would sign off on. If you want to satisfy your thirst to get Phillip Rivers at the table, I suppose, hey, we're doing something well for Josh Allen. That's fine. He's the runner, or he's the MVP of the league. I said 30 years old. Next year, starting the season, you want to take that next step, fine. Phillip Rivers is not the answer.
All right, so let me ask you why. All right, and think about it, because the answer that I would typically give is, well, you just don't go from not doing anything to being a head coach. I guess Jeff Saturday was the one case.
That worked out well.
Where he came out, yeah, it didn't work out at all. He came out at ESPN. Who'd they fire? Like mid-season, they brought him on. Anyway.
Was that Frank?
Frank Reich,
It
was the Frank Reich revenge game with Nick Sirianni. So that didn't work out. But did that not work out because of bringing in a guy that lacked head coaching experience, or was that team just doomed anyway? I mean, I don't know. Phillip Rivers was a quarterback last season. He's played how many years in the NFL? I mean, it's not something that's done. Now they're taking other sports. They're taking guys that don't have experience, and they're making them, like in baseball, you don't need to have a 20-year resume to be a manager. In basketball, they're bringing guys that have little coaching experience and making them head coaches.
If you do a podcast, you're good.
Right. JJ Redick, no experience. He's the head coach of the Lakers, which is a huge job. LeBron James. So why not football? Why not football? You just need experience with being a coach and calling plays and things like that. I mean, you have a quarterback that did it.
I would say different situations, different scenarios, right? And for me, with Buffalo being as close as they believe they are, and, oh, by the way, having Josh Allen as your quarterback, I do believe that they are close. Will they ever get over that hump? I don't know, but I don't think Phillip Rivers is the missing piece, right? I just feel like somebody that has experience in the head coaching department, offensive play calling, would be a much better hire. I have no issues with anybody coming to the table to interview, though, whatsoever. So if you want to bring Big Phil in to kick the tires and hear what his thoughts are on the offense and what they should be doing different, fine. But there is a long list of candidates in front of Phillip Rivers for my money. Josh McCown is a guy that wanted to coach.
Yeah, what happened to that?
I think he's an assistant coach somewhere, if I'm not mistaken.
But he's not.
Yes, he's with the Vikings.
Remember, he was getting head coaching interviews, and now he's not even an offensive coordinator, right?
No, he's a quarterbacks coach with the Vikings for the past season, I believe, if I'm reading it correctly here. But he's the guy that played 18 seasons. Yeah, he wants to coach. Was his career as good as Phillip Rivers? No, but that doesn't mean you're going to be Phillip Rivers a big coach.
That means nothing. Yeah. But like, what happened to him? He seemed like he was being fast tracked to be this young guy that came out without a lot of experience, and he very much got slowed down. He's not even interviewing for offensive coordinator jobs.
I guess Phillip Rivers, the big thing that, the emotional connection. My man was like ready to cry every time he stepped up to a microphone. It was, very.
Well, Josh cried, right? So maybe they can cry together.
Connection. Yeah,
there you go. They can cry together.
I'll give you a shoulder.
Huh?
I get it. I am a diehard Phillip Rivers fan. I loved watching him come back, and I thought it was a great story. But for him to go to the coaching or to the head coach of the Buffalo Bills,
it's weird.
Yeah, and oh, by the way, let's be honest about that conversation as well. Like, okay, now what? the Rooney Rule going to be satisfied just because? Like, that would be a really tough look for the Bills. Really tough look. Like, oh, you know what? Phillip Rivers, come on down.
The Rooney Rule?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Well, you got to interview minority candidates.
Phillip Rivers?
No, meaning I don't know if the Buffalo Bills have interviewed anybody.
What you're saying is that they're the only ones who are going to look at Phillip Rivers, and he's got no experience as a coach. You're going to pass up on the guy way more experienced than Phillip Rivers.
What that man said.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't do it. It's out of the box hire. I'm reading something here that says maybe they hire a defensive coach and they say, hey, Phillip, here's your shot to be an offensive coordinator. But don't you want an experienced guy? I know he's the quarterback, but don't you want an experienced guy that at least has been there? Maybe they're looking at it and saying, all right, well, Bobby Slowick or Phillip Rivers. Like, why are you hiring Bobby Slowick over Phillip Rivers? And it's hard to argue with that. Or that Bobby Slowick has came up with coaches. He understands as coaching. He called plays or whatever. All right. The name's also Bobby Slowick, right? I don't know.
Yeah, he's also coached in the professional leagues, and Phillip Rivers is just coaching high school players.
Yep.
Yeah, when you're a high school player, what, are you not going to listen to Phillip Rivers?
Yeah.
When you're an NFL player, what are you going to do? Not listen to Phillip Rivers?
What that man said.
But isn't there more cachet for Phillip Rivers than Bobby Slowick? If you're a player, like Bobby.
Oh man, I don't know. I think I'm looking at that as a skeptical hire if I'm a player.
Oh yeah. This worked in Indianapolis Division I high school.
No, but you said not listening, right? Like Phillip Rivers is a Hall of Famer, right? So as far as being a quarterback, he's a Hall of Famer. Bobby Slowick's Bobby Slowick. To your point, players want to be successful and make money.
Yep.
So if they think that, oh, it's great you hired a former player with no experience, the dude better know what the hell he's doing. So you're right. There would be a lot of that, but it doesn't mean that as far as getting a player's attention, a player's not looking and being like, that's Phillip Rivers.
Yeah,
now, if you don't know what he's doing, you don't know what he's doing.
Right.
That's a problem.
I just think you go in with the skepticism. At least I would if I was a player. Like, okay, yeah, they brought this guy in because he's buddies with Josh.
Yeah, and again, you have 50,000 people signing a petition, right? You had
how's our petition going, by the way?
I don't know. Nate hasn't given me an update.
You have supposedly the team was not happy about losing McDermott, and then you're going to go out and hire Phillip Rivers. Again,
seems like a bad idea.
Yeah, it does. It comes off as a really bad idea.
So if you hire him, interviewing him's great.
Correct.
Let's make this about us. If the notification came out that Schefter said that they were interviewing Phillip Rivers for the offensive coordinator job, how does everyone feel?
No.
I feel good.
And I am a diehard Phillip Rivers fan. Again, no. He's got no experience calling plays.
I think it makes more sense for him to be a head coach than a coordinator. Because at least the head coach thing, he could do the Sirianni. What the hell is he doing?
Yeah, that's fine. I get you.
It works for Nick.
Core values.
Yeah.
He could have notes and everything. Yeah, we know Phillip has core. We know
that's in my notes.
We know Phillip has core values because he's got lots of kids.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's a beast in that category.
Why would he want to be a head coach if he's got 18 kids?
Come on, Phillip.
Enjoy retirement.
Think about that. Why would he want to be a coach?
Get away from the 18 kids.
Absolutely.
Look, you got to strike.
Well, stop having him.
You got to strike when the iron's hot. So his name is hot right now. I have no issues with him even wanting to dip his toe into the water of head coaching in the NFL. But, come on, man. Buffalo, that's a terrible look if they did go down that route.
All right, we have Bo Bichette's favorite movie coming up. Also, Rob Thompson's comedy stylings coming up next. Oh, Topper, man. He brought down the house with some of the things he was saying. I couldn't stop laughing. And we have a Knicks fan on the line as well that's excited to watch the Knicks beat the Sixers tomorrow. That's coming up. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
The Sixers core is finally
right, Middays the Marks. John Marks, Paul Stanley from Kiss in studio.
Hello.
Ray Dunn.
Great song from, why am I drawing a blank now on the movie?
I don't know.
Dazed and Confused.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
I was going to say Porky's, but that wasn't in Porky's.
Alice Cooper's latest.
What was it? The summer. What's up with those 80s movies where you had to have some type of nudity in it? Now you need graphic sex scenes, but then it wasn't about that. It was just about the nudity, the gratuitous nudity.
Things have changed a lot. A lot.
They certainly have, Paul. They certainly have.
Back in my day.
James Palmer is going to be interviewed by Sean Bray / Paul Stanley coming up here at 1 o'clock. Noted NFL insider who will give us the latest on the offensive coordinator search, and we will ask James Palmer because one of the other, actually his podcast partner, Diana Rossini, questioned whether or not this was really an attractive offensive coordinator job, which I would love to go toe-to-toe and argue with her.
I bet you would.
Or anybody else on why it is an attractive job.
I bet you would.
But he's coming up at 1 o'clock. Let's do the Bo Bichette thing. So he was asked at the press conference his favorite movie. Oh, I got to know Bo Bichette's favorite movie. I mean, why else would I want him as a on my team, right? And his answer, Ray Dunn?
What's your favorite movie?
Rocky. All of them.
Rocky, all of them.
Rocky, all of them. Now, the question I immediately have is he taunting us? Is he messing with us?
I think it's it's got to be lack of self-awareness. When did he say that?
No, he was sitting at his locker. I guess it was like right after they announced him.
It's post
presser.
Yeah, I just think for a second he didn't, or maybe he just doesn't care that he's saying the movie that defines the city that he just stood up, Rocky. Right? Like, give me another thing it was meant to be. Your favorite movies, Rocky, all of them, even the bad ones. What's the worst Rocky movie?
Oh man,
probably 4.
You have to tell me what they are. And then
four's when he's in. It's with Drago.
Rocky 4 ended the Cold War.
I liked I did. I liked that movie.
Well, watch it again and laugh because it's unintentional comedy.
Of course. I think that's when I stopped.
3 was Clubber Lang.
Yep.
2 was after he lost, and then he came back and he beat Apollo.
And 1, of course.
And 5 was with Tommy Gunn. And he's back in Kensington or whatever.
That's when he started losing.
And then they became cinematically. So they started. I'll even include the new ones.
Yeah, and
they're good movies.
And unfortunately, they are good. And I've never seen any of them.
Me neither.
Oh, but we were talking Michael B. Jordan about Sinners. They got 16 nominations, I believe.
No.
Yeah, that movie is crushing it. They're going to win a lot of awards. I mean, he was tremendous in it. Creed. Yeah, I've yet to watch any of those movies.
Ray?
Nope.
Yeah, what's up with that? We don't watch movies, do we?
No, this is not a movie show.
It's not. Well, Sean watches movies, but I don't think it's many anymore.
I try. I just am so consumed with sports.
Yeah, me too.
I'll watch a stand-up special before I watch a movie.
And the thing is with sports is like if you fall asleep, like you miss so much. You do. Like I try and keep up with this. This isn't a facade. Like, I'm Paul Stanley on the side, but I this is my profession. I love
Mr. Sports, yeah.
I love football. I love basketball. I love hockey. I love, like the other night, perfect example. I fell asleep when the Flyers were up 3-0. They lost that game.
Sean came in. Sean heard your update, and he's like, "What did Ray say?" I'm like, "Yeah, they lost. They blew the lead. They were up 3-0 and 4-2." He's like, "They were winning when I fell asleep."
That's who the update's for.
Yes.
Sean Brace, right there.
You're the one guy.
I could not believe that they lost to the Mammoth.
They did.
The Utah Mammoth.
Oh man, when you think hockey, you think Utah Mammoth for sure. Have you seen the gay hockey show?
Oh. Yes, heated rivalry, John.
That's what it is.
Have you
seen it?
That is a big time show in the household.
I heard some Stern. They were talking about it.
It is
earlier this week.
It is an incredible story.
So it's a good show.
My wife loves it. The way my wife has talked and operated after what she's probably watched it, I think 5 times. There's 6 episodes. She's watched it 5 times.
Is that it?
She when I watched it with her, she was doing somersaults on the bed. Like she was blown away by everything. She loves the movie. She just goes on and on about heated rivalry. There's books after. This is off a book. She's now listening.
Well, I mean, I read the books. I'm not interested. You know, me and you are both the guy that we read the book first, and it's normally better than the movie.
The sports side of the story, though, I just want to put this out here, would rock the sports world.
So what is it? You get a hockey player is he openly gay, or is he?
So it's based around two guys that were selected number 1 and number 2 overall in their draft.
Okay.
Captains from Canada, captain from Russia. And they link up, and over like a 10-year period, too, as well.
And they go from city to city, town to town.
Well, it takes
finding friends.
It's they find each other. I mean, they love it's the Russian's a party animal. The kid from Canada is this wholesome young boy, and he finds love, and there's Russian. And the story, John, just think about that. If the number 1 and number 2 overall pick in whatever sport ended up together, what would happen?
Evan Turner was drafted 2nd overall by the Sixers. Who was first that year?
It would be insane, the sports story. But to your other point, there was another hockey player who played for New York, and he wins the Stanley Cup, and he calls his boyfriend down, and he kisses him in the middle of the ice, and it takes a huge turn of events to turn the page and open people's minds. And that's the point that I would like to, we're having fun here. But
it's very popular. No, I really don't know.
It is a real story that, would hope that would, open minds for some people out there.
Okay. All right.
People are going nuts about this show, though.
The problem is you're dressed like Paul Stanley, and I'm looking at you trying to take you seriously, and you have lipstick on, and your teeth are red, too. Look at them. You look.
I'm telling you, man.
It's getting scarier by the segment.
Heated rivalry.
You look awful.
I think they could have came up with a couple of other different names, though, for the shows, though. Just say, heated rivalry. But it was good. It's good.
All right, so comedy stylings of Rob Thompson. Here he is. I think this was at Helium Comedy Club. Listen to this jokester. Here he is.
I don't think we ever said that Bohm was moving if we got Bichette. We never said that. We had a couple of different ideas. So, I'm sure he's going to be motivated, come into spring training, and we just need to keep him healthy so he can produce.
All right, there you go.
I'm bombed up.
What a jokester. Yeah, we never talked about moving Bohm. Yeah, you're right, Rob. Yeah, you weren't going to trade him. Yep. Yeah, no, I mean, no one, you're right. No one, that wasn't actually a real thing.
Yeah. Good work by him, though. You can never find the quote of him saying that he was moving off the ball.
Right. No, I know, because he was going to play that new position in between shortstop and third. Like the softball position where you have the extra infielder?
Sure.
That's where Bichette was going to play.
Yeah.
But with Bichette and Turner in infield, you might need that.
Yeah, so I would have followed up and said, so were you moving Stott? So, because, Rob, I'm just trying to figure out, if you were going to bring Bo Bichette in, where was he going to play if you weren't moving on from one of your infielders? And he wouldn't have an answer because they obviously were going to be trading Bohm. And I know Rob's saying that because he has to say that. He does a good job lying.
Do you think Bohm could potentially end up signing a contract?
No.
It's done?
Yeah, they tried to move him for 2 years.
Yeah, but what if he has a great season this year? What if he's an all-star?
So what if he hits 50 home runs, bats 330, and he says, hey, I'll take a 1-year, $5 million contract instead of free agent?
No.
Yes, he'll come back.
No, wasn't he an all-star? What?
It was a starting all-star, yes.
Okay, well then he hit 15 home runs and 97 RBI in that season.
He's been a productive player at times. He's not a bad player.
What if he hits 300?
Then why are they trying to get rid of him?
What's the reasoning behind that?
Right, at a very affordable price. Why would you get rid of that player?
Well, he's not going to be affordable if he throws up those numbers.
Because they're tired of his behavior. Is what I would say. And by the way, if I needed a third baseman and it doesn't cost a lot of money, you're not committing to multiple years, I would trade for Alec Bohm. I think he's a pretty good player. I just would rather have somebody else than Alec Bohm, especially not long term. I don't need a singles hitter for long term, making a lot of money.
Fair.
All right, coming up, James Palmer, the latest on the offensive coordinator position. Does James think that this is a good destination, an attractive job, or is Jalen Hurts scaring all the candidates away? That's coming up next. Middays with Marks 97.5 The Fanatic, the 12 o'clock hour of the program. As always, brought to you by, it's still on the wrong page, Sean.
It's sitting above the news at noon, the 12 o'clock news at noon.
But why would you, on the sheet, have the 1 o'clock hour on one page and then the second one, the 12 o'clock hour?
I'll put 12 o'clock before The deal of the week.
It's like if you had a clock and you went from 12 o'clock to 3 o'clock to 2 o'clock to 1 o'clock.
Ray Diggity.
All right, 12 o'clock hour of the program brought to you by Service First HVAC, offering 0% financing, 48 months, rebates, tax credits up to $4,300 in purchasing a heating and cooling system. Learn more at ServiceFirstHVAC.com. James Palmer next.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Bobby Slowick's interview. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. Adam Schefter reporting earlier this hour that Bobby Slowick will interview to be the offensive coordinator of the Philadelphia Eagles as the Eagles continue to look for their next offensive coordinator. They've gone through a number of candidates already. Slowick, most recently the pass game coordinator for the Dolphins, spent 2 seasons as the offensive coordinator of the Houston Texans prior to that. We'll talk to James Palmer coming up in the next segment about everything going on with the Birds and across the National Football League when it comes to the coaching carousel. Elsewhere, the Sixers won last night, 128-122 over the Rockets in overtime. It should have been won in regulation, but hey, they took care of business anyway in overtime. Beat and Maxey scoring 30-plus. This is how it sounded on the Fanatic.
Thompson driving it into the lane, spins. Sixers steal the ball, and now it's loose again. And Oubre gets it. He goes to Joel. 10 seconds. Embiid, lead pass Maxey. Maxey's going to dunk it. The Sixers are going to beat the Houston Rockets.
Sixers have the Knicks tomorrow at 3 o'clock. The Flyers tonight in Colorado against the Avalanche. That game at 9 o'clock. You can hear both those games right here on The Fanatic. This update brought to you by IHOP. IHOP's value menu is here. Enjoy breakfast favorites like pancakes, eggs, and bacon, French toast with sausage, or a cheesy omelet with pancakes, all for just $6. Go to your happy plates with a $6 IHOP value menu. I'm Ray Down your home for the Sixers. Flyers, best Birds talk in town. 97.5 The Fanatic, 97.5 The Fanatic. Talk.
With Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic. It is John Marks and Raymond Dunn. And Sean Brace dressed up as Paul Stanley from Kiss.
Oh, yeah.
As it's Kiss night down at the not the Wells Fargo. You know what? I'm just going to call it the Wells Fargo.
The Xfinity Mobile Arena, and it's beautiful. They put a lot of money into it.
They sure did.
Everything has changed, up top to bottom, John. Top to bottom.
I was. When was I there for the Jingle Ball?
Nice.
And it was noticeable. It's like, all right, the place was built in '96, I think, and that's they've done renovations, but there's renovations, and then there's where you got to put some money in.
I used to call that place the cinder block. That's all it was. It was just a cinder block.
Yep,
felt like, but not anymore.
Well, our own Scott Masteller, our program director, he likes your getup, and he said he used to date a girl that was into Kiss and Alice Cooper.
Absolutely, that's the tandem right there. You could not be a fan of one and not be a fan of the other.
Did Scott have a mullet in the mid '80s?
That's a good one.
Because he was a DJ back in the day before he got into the whole management program director thing. He was a DJ
before he did some sports. He was in the music side. I did not know that.
He sure was.
Pretty sure he met his wife at one of his events as a DJ.
Well, that happens.
Well, yeah, you flex.
Yeah,
that's the DJ flex.
When you play music, you got
Yeah. Well, when you play music and when you're an NFL insider, like our next guest, James Palmer, who's all over the place, podcast, inside information on everything. He joins us right now, the pride of Upper Merion, Pennsylvania. What's up, James? Ray, do you have him up? Hello. James Palmer, hello.
Gentlemen, how you doing? I always wanted to be a DJ. I'm not going to lie. I always thought that was a great power move, but I never had an opportunity. My dad was a DJ. I kind of always wanted to be one.
Wow.
So did your dad? So your dad was, because I know there's a lot of TV people that started off on the radio and then got into TV. That was your dad?
Yeah, he was he ran the college radio station and television station more or less by himself, but he was on every night on campus, man, just making those soothing sounds of Western Illinois University.
Now we're talking.
That's awesome.
Especially a college DJ too. That's a different world.
Right?
Yeah, for sure. Well, he made the right decision getting into TV, and you made the right decision too, there, Mr. Palmer, because you're doing a fantastic job as always, and we have you on because we need the info, we need the dirt. First of all, I've heard actually your podcast partner Diana Rossini questioned how good of a job the Eagles offensive coordinator job is. So I'm going to ask you, how attractive is this job to the candidates that are out there right now?
Well, I think if it was at the top of the list, the job would probably be filled, in all honesty. I think a lot of these guys have options. You saw where Mike McDaniel went, and I don't think I'd argue anybody to go work with Justin Herbert and Lad McConkey in that group, and a running back and two great tackles and a young group. And I think everybody's still kind of curious about what Herbert's ceiling is. So, you saw Mike go that direction. I think Brian Daboll still is looking at his dream job. We'll see if Phillip Rivers ends up stealing it from him. But
wow.
He'd love to be the Bills head coach, and if not, I could see him going to Tennessee, and the allure of working and molding a young quarterback in Tennessee could possibly be on the list. I'm not ruling him out entirely, but that looks a little bit more where he's leaning. I know that Zach Robinson was a consideration and just got the OC job in Tampa, and to my understanding, really, really like the idea of working with Baker Mayfield over the situation in Philadelphia. And so I think when you look at where they stand, yeah, there's talent. Yeah, there's things to work with. I think it's around the league enough about what you have to do offensively to make this group work. Doesn't mean you can't win a lot of games with them. You certainly can. Kellen Moore did just that, and it got him a head coaching job. But the revolving door aspect of it as well is a little bit at play, I would think. But I do think when people look at the job, there's a couple things they're curious about, and maybe rightfully so.
And what are they curious about? Is it the quarterback? Is it what potentially Nick Sirianni handing off the offense? But is he really handing off the offense? Wait, what is an offensive coordinator candidate thinking about the Eagles when deciding if they're going to take the job or not?
Yeah, I would go back and look at what Kellen did when he got into Philadelphia. And you guys remember this, and I remember it, and everybody was going, here comes Kellen Moore. He's been in all these great stops, and he's going to bring these different ideas. And then do you remember all of Philadelphia going, this looks exactly the same?
Yep.
Remember, why doesn't this look different? Well, my understanding always was because that's what he had to run. So it wasn't like Kellen couldn't didn't want to run what he wanted to run. He ran what he could run and what he had to run. Now, my point is, if you're a really good coach, like I think Kellen is, and we saw what he did with a young quarterback this year in New Orleans in the second half of the year with Tyler Shough, you can still find ways to put a ton of points on the board. I had this conversation with Kurt Warner the other day where you could be simple. The Eagles offense is simple. And you can put up a ton of points and be very effective with a simple offense. And I just think what's happened in Philadelphia is I think the quarterback is in play with it. You have to play to his strengths, and you have to hide his weaknesses. Now, that's not like a knock entirely on Jalen, because that's the case with every quarterback, right? But at the same time, I think when these guys are looking at the situation and the quarterback situation, they are going, can I run exactly what I want to run? I would assume that Kellen has talked to enough people and friends around the league that are also offensive minds. I'm not saying he's spreading rumors, but all these guys talk, and I think he's saying, I couldn't run certain things that I wanted to run. Now, he did a great job again, and they scored points, and I think whoever comes in has the ability to do that. I just think there is an aspect of the offense, and it's still Nick's offense, and you're coming in, with an offensive-minded head coach, per se, into that situation to where, there's some things that might hold you back from doing the stuff that you want to do.
Yeah, so, James, when you talk to after the Eagles playoff exit and you're talking to the people around the league, you're texting GMs, you're talking to the usual suspects, the guys that you have relationships with, what are they saying about Jalen Hurts? What are they saying about Jalen Hurts, the quarterback?
Well, I mean, I think there's like a variety of aspects that go into that conversation, I would say. And I'm not dodging it. I'm just saying, guys were curious why he wasn't running the football this year. And there is definitely a conversation with many of offensive minds that I've spoken with around the league. And again, they're not in the Eagles building. And I always want to say that because nobody knows what's happening in the meetings outside of the guys in the meetings, right? We're all taking educated guesses from looking at film, and I'm looking to talk to the guys that are looking at the film and studying it that are also some of the best offensive minds in football. And they're going, if he's not running, defenses are going to play him differently. I'm curious why he's not running the football. That's part of the offense, and it's part of what Jalen brings to the table. It's very similar to when Lamar Jackson was banged up this second half of the year. All these defensive coordinators I talk to around the league that are like, I don't have to worry about Lamar running. I can play this and this. And when that happens, like Lamar's looking at defenses that he usually doesn't look at in terms of how they're playing him and aligned up against him because the threat of running isn't there. And so I think that's probably happened to Jalen a little bit in the way this offense is run. So are there strengths? For sure. Deep ball is outstanding. It's one of the better ones in football. I think there's other parts of this offense that are run really, really well. You saw when they went, empty or under center, like, did they do that enough? All these questions are being said. And again, nobody else knows this outside of the group that's in the room about why they weren't being run more or why they were running in the manner in which they were. I just think they're all trying to get a pulse on what Jalen can do and how he can grow. I think he has grown in a lot of the eyes of guys around the league as a quarterback and grown in terms of what he can do at the position. There's no denying he's a winner that finds ways to win football games, but I think there are limitations for sure. Kurt told me that when we had that conversation. There's certainly limitations, but he said we've seen them be coached around in a lot of football games we won, a lot of points we put on the board. Who does that and who wants that is an interesting spot. Also, when you walk into a job where the previous guy is the most hated dude in Philadelphia and gets his house egged, like I'm Mike McDaniel going, I'm living on Manhattan Beach working with Justin Herbert? Okay.
That's an easy decision. We were talking about it after he took the job, if he does take the job, so maybe now there's talk he's going to maybe interview for the Bills job. But for McDaniel, who has options, his wife's from Southern California. He likes to wear the capri pants down in Miami or whatever. When you look at Philadelphia, there's a
great ankles, guys. He's got great ankles.
He pulls it off. He can't do it here. They're calling for 2 feet of snow coming up here, right? And he looks at that, and then he looks at if the Chargers are going to be, if they're good, Mike McDaniel will be called a genius. If they're not good, no one's even going to say anything about it, right? So I just think that's an easy decision for certain people. Dayball, I can make excuses for the Eagles to say this isn't this isn't an attractive job. I think if Joe Brady becomes available and he turns the Eagles down, that's where we're talking about this job as attractive as we think it is.
Yeah, I think Joe's an intriguing candidate. I'm honestly kind of interested in Bobby Slowick. Like, if you remember that first year in Houston, and C.J. Stroud was playing like a top 5, top 7 quarterback in his rookie year, no lie. And I mean, you look at the path that Bobby's taken, and I've talked to him over the years. He's obviously from that Shanahan tree. He was on that coaching staff in Washington back in the day with Kyle Shanahan and Matt LaFleur and Sean McVay and Mike McDaniel. Like, he's been a part of that group. Papa Shanahan put him on the defensive side of the ball so he'd become a better offensive-minded coach. And so he spent some time, with Robert Saleh and those guys on the defensive side of the ball in San Fran. And so he's kind of he's definitely from that Shanahan tree, would definitely be different ideas. But that comes with a lot of pre-snap answers and a lot of different things that you can do to make things sometimes easier on your quarterback. So, I mean, he spent a year with Mike now, just in Miami. So, it's interesting what he could have picked up from the growth of Mike. I mean, these is the candidates, though, that Philly's looking through right now, to be honest.
James, let's talk about A.J. Brown. They're going to have some tough decisions, I believe. Like, you don't want to bring back somebody that doesn't want to be here. Hitting the rewind button, did you hear point blank that A.J. Brown requested a trade throughout the course of the season? We all know that he was unhappy at times, but did you hear point blank that he was requesting a trade? And then moving forward, do you think A.J. Brown is a part of the Eagles' future, specifically next season?
That's a great question, and I think part of
Thank you. I'm dressed up as Paul Stanley too, as well.
I think this is something that obviously you're going to have to lean on Nick Sirianni. I go back to when the trade deadline was approaching, and there was that buzz about AJ, and I honestly did not hear that he specifically had requested a trade. I never specifically heard that. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. It didn't get to my ears. What did get to my ears was, if we're looking to repeat, you can't do it without your best players, and AJ is one of our best players. We have no intention on trading AJ during the season. I think that put that way, I think is pretty specific. And so that always led me to believe if things weren't great after the season and you did or didn't repeat, could you revisit that in some capacity? I know the finances are obviously part of this. There's a lot of guys that are up and ready for extensions that Philly has to deal with, and that happens when you draft well at a number of premium positions like D-line and in the secondary and certain things like that. And if you want to bring Phillips back, you got a lot you're looking to do in terms of where you are financially plays a part of it with AJ. I wouldn't be shocked if he came back. I honestly wouldn't. I just think this is something when time gets a chance to go through it, and maybe you bring in the right OC, and maybe everything kind of calms down. And I wouldn't be shocked if he stayed, in all honesty. If he left, I'll go back to what, and they end up trading him, I'll go back to what I was kind of told during the deadline and go, okay, we gave it a shot in 2025, and it didn't work, and we move on. But the funny part is he's a player that the Philadelphia Eagles and their fans have been, clamoring for a number of years. And he's in a rare group of, 5 guys that have had 1,000 yards each of the last 4 seasons. It's like him and Jamar Chase and, CeeDee Lamb and Justin Jefferson and him, and maybe that's it. I mean, so he's in a rare group. I mean, he's a hard player to find, certainly. But he's got to be used correctly, too, and you got to also massage the situation, and that's what you do when you have a CEO, essentially, type of head coach.
At James Palmer TV, that's how you find him on Twitter, and that's how you find all the stuff that he does, including the Scoop City podcast on The Athletic and NFL Insider for Bleacher Report, and the 89 podcast with Steve Smith. So James is very busy. What do you think about that? I know you're out in Denver. What do you think about so Stidham gets the start? It was weird because the Broncos win the game and everybody's celebrating, and then Sean Payton comes back out and says, "Oh, by the way, Bo Nix broke his ankle," and it's like, "Oh my God!" But now, I'm picking the Broncos to win the game. I am. I'm curious to hear what you think about it.
Yeah, honestly, I've covered every single one but one of the Bills' playoff losses. Where Josh Allen has had this, 13 seconds, however you want to do it, a million different games that have ended. Post-game with both teams was the most insane post-game I've ever really been around. I mean, you have Joey Bosa slamming helmets across the tunnel and Josh Allen bawling his eyes out at the podium, and the Bills' locker room's a mess. I go to the Broncos side. I'm talking to Jarrett Stidham at his locker about what is so special about Bo Nix in the fourth quarter. Bo standing next to me with, I didn't really realize, just a barefoot right foot, and he was on his way to go get x-rayed, and Stiddy had no clue at all right there that this was going to transpire. And then I go back into the post-game press conference room where we're waiting for Bo Nix, and Sean Payton comes in. And it's just like, hey, I love you guys so much. I want to talk to you again. Everybody laughs, and he goes, bad news. And just tells everybody like it is. And I go back and see all the players, and they're just shell-shocked. Stidham looks at me as he's leaving the facility, and just like, here we go, man. Listen, I think they'll just – honestly, Sean is at his best when his back is against the wall, when he's doubted, and I think he's in a perfect spot for where Sean Payton coaches his best, in all honesty. I don't know if they win the game, but I do think he loves this spot. I think they think the world of Jarrett Stidham. Stiddy will be extremely confident, and I think they're going to let him rip. I think they're going to let him throw the football. I think they're going to be aggressive. And I think you're going to see some things from him that shows you why Josh McDaniels loved him so much, and that he was the very first free agent move that Sean Payton made when he got into Denver. And I'll tell you this, I went to almost every one of those training camp practices over the last 2 years. If you had no idea who Bo Nix was and Jarrett Stidham was, you would have said, I think they're almost equal, and maybe that guy's a little bit better, just from their training camp performance. Like, that's how even it is between Bo Nix and Jarrett Stidham. I would say the fourth quarter magic, though, that Bo has had this year, you know what I mean, the amazing plays and the crunch time, he doesn't really have that, I don't think. And the Denver Broncos have lived off of that. But this Patriots defense is no joke right now. They're playing outstanding. So we'll see. It'll be fun. The whole city in Denver is just going nuts because they've coached themselves into thinking this is going to be great. And everybody I talked to in New England is like, are they really that confident? So it'll be fun. I mean, I was at the game 10 years ago when it was Peyton Manning versus Tom Brady in the AFC title game in Denver. So two completely different quarterbacks in that one. But here they are again together.
James, always appreciate it, man. We'll talk soon.
You guys have a good one. No CP questions. Christian Parker out of the building. Oh, you guys don't even care. Losing a key piece of the defense.
Well, I mean, it sucks.
You expected it.
He's going. Well, yeah. And we had Zach Berman on the station a couple days ago, and he had said that Parker, you're running time with Parker. That just depends on where he's going. And you know, that's a huge job for him. Being the defensive coordinator with Jer, that's a huge job for him.
It's massive. The one little nugget I give you is I think there was always a hope, and it was very wishful thinking, that when Vic retired, you'd move in Christian, and you'd seamlessly go through that process. But I think everybody in the building was kind of like, I don't know if Christian's going to still be here when we want that to have happen. So that was always wishful thinking in Philly.
Good stuff, James. Thanks, man.
Yep. You guys take it easy.
All right. So he said, no CP question.
I might have bumped Vic to the head coaching position and slid CP into the defensive coordinator if that's what the plan was. Sorry, Nick.
I'm the dumbest coach in the world.
I mean, you know. Again, people get mad at me when I start talking about that, but it's just...
Well, people get mad at you when you talk about Hurts or Sirianni or whatever.
Shout out, though, for James bringing up that game. The divisional game between the Chiefs and the Bills with all that scoring back in, 2021?
And they gave the Chiefs, 25 seconds left?
I'm just looking at this box score, the play-by-play. Touchdown, the Kansas City goes up 33-29, 52 seconds left. Then Bills get the ball. They go down the field. 6 plays, 75 yards, 49 seconds. They take the lead 36-33. Chiefs get the ball, 13 total seconds, 3 plays. They get 44 yards, kick a field goal, go to overtime. Chiefs win in overtime, touchdown. And then they change the rules.
Yep, from that. He really raved about Slowick. About Bobby Slowick, who the Eagles are interviewing today. They may have already interviewed him.
That is, look, again, there's flaws for every candidate, and there's pluses for every candidate. And Slowick, you look at
they have interviewed him.
The season that CJ had, because I put my hand in the air. My big take the following season was that Stroud was going to throw for 40-plus touchdowns. His second year. And I think he finished with 25. Really fell flat. And I was so disappointed in that because I thought C.J. Stroud in that offense showed us everything. And I think they landed somebody else as far as receivers concerned, and they were nowhere near as good on offense. And it was all because of C.J. Stroud. Slowick is the real deal. He's a good coach.
And you know what you see? You see a quarterback be unbelievable, and then the league adjusts.
Yes.
And you saw it with, I know he was injured this year, but Daniels wasn't the same quarterback this year that he was previously.
Nope.
This is what happens. Defenses say, okay, well, here's what we're going to do to try to take this away from you. And a lot of it's what the coordinator can do, too.
Books get written, and those guys are really good at their job as well.
No doubt. So the Eagles, Matt Nagy has been interviewed. Jim Bob Cooter.
Jim.
He's been interviewed.
Bob.
A lot of guys have been interviewed.
Are we going to be able to get upset saying Jim Bob Cooter?
Never.
Could you imagine being mad at Jim Bob Cooter? Yelling the name. Can't believe what Jim Bob Cooter did. And, going through the entire, rant, the way we yelled Patullo's name.
J.B. Coots.
So if he was just Jim Cooter, it doesn't sound the same as Jim Bob.
No.
Because Jim Bob, I've never actually met a real Jim Bob.
They're down south.
Sure. there's not a lot of Jim Bobs up in this area.
I believe that's where he's from. I don't know, but
I don't think he's from Boston.
I don't think you're gonna get that two first name type deal unless you're from the South.
Like Billy Bob Watson,
Jim Bob Cooter, and he's heard.
He's
it
from
all.
Tennessee. Yeah,
There.
Yeah,
That was a good pull. That was easy.
no surprise.
Yeah.
All right. 610-632-0975. We have Palmer on Slowick. We'll play that for you coming up in a second. 610-632-0975. Girl Scout cookies, GLP-1s, and your phone calls as we have the Sixers and the Knicks, and we do have a Knicks fan on the line. And Sean Brace just interviewed James Palmer dressed up in Kiss.
Yeah. We got to cut that one up.
Do we think that he understood what you were saying as you were saying it?
I was an idiot because, I can't help myself. He said, good question. And I was like, but he had no idea I'm dressed
Right,
up.
but I would have needed to intro you as, and I don't even know if he would know who that is.
No.
Because James is a couple years younger than me.
It's all good. He said good question. I don't get that a lot. So, I didn't.
Yeah, good question.
Again, solo cup for 6 years, John.
I just want one of his high school friends to find the video. That's all I want. Just think about his high school friend tonight on YouTube, just like scrolling the abyss. He's, James Palmer.
We'll send it to him. I'll tag him.
Okay.
I've been
Upper
following
Marion
him for a
High
long time.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, he is.
It's great to have him on the show. All right, that's coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Future of AJ, I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update, and it's brought to you by Uber Eats. Philly, you hungry? Good thing Uber Eats has a great deal waiting for you at La Catricita Food Truck. From now until June 30th, get a buy one, get one deal on select items on the app. Order now, only in Uber Eats. Terms apply. See app for details. We just spoke with James Palmer, gave a ton of great information on the offensive coordinator search, and also talked about the future of AJ Brown.
I wouldn't be shocked if he came back. I honestly wouldn't. I just think this is something when time gets a chance to go through it, and maybe you bring in the right OC, and maybe everything kind of calms down. And I wouldn't be shocked if he stayed, in all honesty.
So you're telling me there's a chance. Maybe that chance lies in the decision with the offensive coordinator today. The Eagles interviewing Bobby Slowick to be their offensive coordinator, most recently with Miami as the pass game coordinator. The latest in a list of interviews that the Eagles have had for that position. Elsewhere in town, the Sixers with a big win last night over the Rockets. They've got the Knicks tomorrow at 3 o'clock. The Flyers have the Avalanche tonight at 9 o'clock. You can listen to both those games right here on The Fanatic. This update's also brought to you by IHOP. IHOP's value menu is here. Enjoy breakfast favorites like pancakes, eggs, and bacon, French toast with sausage, or a cheesy omelet pancakes, all for just $6. Go to your happy plates with the $6 IHOP value menu. I'm Ray Dunn, your home for the Sixers, Flyers, best birds talk in town. 97.5 The Fanatic.
said about Eagles offensive coordinator candidate Bobby Slowick. Does it feel like he's the leader in the clubhouse if Brady doesn't become available?
Man, that's a good question because I don't have a vibe on who's the leader in the clubhouse.
Anybody else worried that Brady's going to become available and go somewhere else?
I think Dable's the leader in the clubhouse. If he wanted it, it's his. Everybody else is stepping up.
No, I know, but he's not expected to take it.
Yes.
So if you take those guys out of it, the guys that are available.
Okay.
Yeah. Are we rooting for Brady to just get the Buffalo job?
No.
So we don't get turned down?
Oh.
Yeah. So then.
No, I want him.
Yeah, I'm okay with rejection.
Okay.
It happens.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
If he's not going to be the Eagles' offensive coordinator, would we prefer him just to be the Buffalo head coach so that we don't have to talk about it?
I know what you're saying. I don't know if we would be able to handle it. I'd be able to handle it, but I don't know if I don't know if the fans would be able to handle it.
No. Brady, yeah, he's got to be number one. And Slowick, with the way that everyone's starting to talk about it, feels like I was listening to that Eagle Eye podcast, and it was Zangaro and Rube went back and forth about how Slowick would be an interesting option.
All right, so let's hear James Palmer. Play the longer one, too. Here's James Palmer, who we just had on talking about Slowick.
I'm honestly kind of interested in Bobby Slowick. Like, if you remember that first year in Houston, and C.J. Stroud was playing like a top 5, top 7 quarterback in his rookie year, no lie. And, I mean, you look at the path that Bobby's taken, and I've talked to him over the years. He's obviously from that Shanahan tree. He was on that coaching staff in Washington back in the day with Kyle Shanahan and Matt LaFleur and Sean McVay and Mike McDaniel. Like, he's been a part of that group. Papa Shanahan put him on the defensive side of the ball so he'd become a better offensive-minded coach. And so he spent some time, with Robert Saleh and those guys on the defensive side of the ball in San Fran. And so he's kind of he's definitely from that Shanahan tree, would definitely be different ideas. But that comes with a lot of pre-snap answers and a lot of different things that you can do to make things sometimes easier on your quarterback.
There you go. So he likes him. I mean, at this point, you're getting guys that aren't on the first tier of coordinators that you wanted. I believe Brady is a first-tier guy, and it's a big swing.
Oh, yeah. Definitely a big swing.
And there will be heavy competition for Brady if he becomes available, and he's going to make a lot of money. And he's interviewing for the head coaching job. Josh Allen, according to Schefter, is sitting in on the interviews.
Yeah, that's wild.
That's the Bills telling him, hey, you're going to help us decide who we're hiring. You don't hear that, though. I mean, if Brady wasn't in, Brady didn't have to deal with the head coaching interviews because he had the same guy.
No, you gotta separate that to a point. Like you're the employee, we're the boss. I'm okay with bringing him in and involving him, but having Josh Allen at the table is.
Doesn't it feel like that he's almost the chief decision maker here, or if not the chief, he is a very loud voice?
I think we got our answer as far as why Sean McDermott got fired. It's because Josh Allen probably didn't want him anymore.
Or did they fire him and you pissed off Josh Allen so much that you had to do this to keep him from being totally nuts?
Would you be mad if you were Josh Allen and you lost Sean McDermott?
I don't know, man. I mean, they're to a T, everybody's pretty pissed off that
you're right.
They got rid of him.
You're right.
Everybody crying. Seems like they knew if we didn't do this,
this could happen.
Yeah.
This could happen. Interesting. All right, Keith in Sharon Hill. So Keith knows ball, but he's also a Knicks fan. Knicks and Sixers tomorrow at 3 p.m. down at the X.
Don't know basketball.
What's up, Keith? How are you, buddy?
Dude, I'm a Villanova fan first. That's how my Knicks fandom started, going all the way back to 76, 77. I was in Big Brothers Association, and they took us down to meet the Villanova basketball team.
Okay.
We met the whole team, including the coaches, not only just Rolly Massimino, but assistant coach Mike the Czar Fratelli.
Ooh, the Czar. Okay.
The Czar was an assistant coach then. And one of the players on the team, Rory Sparrow, took me under his wing, took me around the whole facility, I met every player on the team. He made every player sign my media guide. I still have that 76, 77 media guide right now in my hand.
Wow. Wow,
okay?
So that's
50
50 years ago you became a Knicks fan because of that.
Yes, and even now with the Villanova kids on the team, it's even better for me to be a Knicks fan.
Yeah, I played around with the idea, not the idea, but it was kind of I was being a pain in the butt. I was saying that if the Sixers lose, which they did, I'm going to root for the Knicks because I do like Jalen Brunson, I do like Hart, I like those Villanova teams. I like those
when they were
Villanova
winning. You like them now though?
No,
they're
of
losing.
course not.
Yeah.
Well, also when the Knicks fans came down here and they beat the Sixers, that was the worst thing ever.
Also, they got rid of Dante. Dante was a part of it.
I love DiVincenzo.
And dude, remember the starter jackets that were out back when we were younger?
They're
Mark?
back. They're back. They're back in the mix.
You the Knicks?
I have an orange Yankees jacket that I bought at the Garden.
Wow.
Oh my God! Why?
I need a bath.
Yeah.
What? What do you mean? Why?
Why would you have a Yankees jacket?
Orange one.
Because I'm a Yankee fan as well. Because I can't be a Phillies fan. Because my uncle played for the Philadelphia.
Did Goose Gossage rub your back or something? Well, no. I'm trying to talk too. I'm trying to have a conversation. So your uncle played for uncle played for the Phillies and he was mistreated?
No, Philadelphia Stars in Negro League.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he got mistreated. That's him pitching up. That guy that's on that mural in Fairmount Park. That's him pitching.
Really? What's his name?
Al Apples Gilmore.
Al Apples Gilmore.
Man, I didn't even know.
You're an interesting guy, Keith.
That we had a
dude. I have a picture from the 1959 or 58 Negro League All-Star game, and he's standing next to somebody that we all know, Willie Mays.
Al Apples Gilmore. I'm Googling right now. Well, that's pretty cool.
Very cool.
So you become a Yankees fan. So who you like in hockey? You like the?
I'm the Flyer guy. I go with the Flyer guys.
I was going to guess Panthers, Florida Panthers.
Come on, man.
I don't know why.
Don't disrespect me like that. I'm a real sports buddy.
All right, so listen, the Knicks are going down tomorrow. The team's scuffling right now. Low confidence. Carl Anthony Towns a punk.
Did you see that?
Yeah, well, Brooklyn's a college team.
They need to be regulated. They need to have regulation of some of these teams so they can get down to the G League or something because they're in the way.
Okay. All right, so what's the final score tomorrow?
I go 120, 140.
Ooh,
wow. I mean, Knicks they're not missing much. If that's
all right, well, listen, we'll talk to you next week. Al Apples Gilmore, I can't find. Philadelphia Stars.
I found Al Wilmore.
So it's not Gilmore, it's Wilmore?
I found, Wilmore.
Okay, I got that too. All right, there you go.
Trying to find a line for tomorrow's game, and there isn't anything released just yet. It's a 3 o'clock start. That's a good thing. So they should be able to get this game.
Yeah, the early game, you'll get it in.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Everybody's moving up their games this weekend.
Saw that.
Chaos.
Why? Is the Temple doing something?
Well, Temple had their game moved up out in San Antonio, the men in San Antonio, and I'm getting worried that maybe I got an hour earlier tomorrow. And I was supposed to go Temple women's basketball to St. Joe's men's basketball tomorrow night, go with my family, all the St. Joe's fans, and they moved the St. Joe's game up to 2 o'clock tomorrow.
I thought you were going to do the ESPN Plus game.
No.
You don't do that? You only do Temple?
Only Temple. I mean, it open to any opportunity, but Martucci does a great job over there, so I'm not really stepping on toes.
Does he do ESPN Plus?
I think, he does, because they do. I think they simulcast both radio with
Same thing
Plus.
with Joe Lenardi?
Yes.
Oh, Tooch, my man.
Yeah, great guy.
An alum of 97.5 The Fanatic.
Oh, yeah.
That he is.
Yeah, he certainly is.
But I was going over. We do a tradition every year. St. Joe's game. We've been doing it since I was young.
Why? Who's St. Joe's in your family?
My uncle.
So uncle's the St. Joe's?
St. Joe's guy, yeah. So we grew up St. Joe's fans. I'm like the, outsider. I'm the outcast.
Huh. Yeah, the 2014, my buddy Bracey wrote something on the sea as a book out there on the. Do you have the book? So do I. Yeah, I read through a lot of it. I love that team and I love that season. Aaron Bracey. Yeah, it was awesome. Like I was so disappointed when they lost to Oklahoma State that year.
Oh yeah,
It was a killer because nobody won in Philly up to that point. The Phillies hadn't won a championship yet, so Smarty Jones lost in the Belmont, and it was right after St. Joe's lost, and the Smarty Jones loss. I was in Hawaii at the time. Smarty Jones loss was a crush. I was crushed. It was an absolute killer. Poor Smarty Jones. Smarty Jones still alive? How long do horses live?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think pretty long.
I know Barbro's dead.
Really?
Yeah, Barbro died after everything happened.
Oh. Well, you got to keep those things alive.
I don't see a death date for Smarty Jones.
Yeah, probably still kicking, living life to its fullest, enjoying it out in the fields. Hopefully somewhere else. Not here right now, that's for sure.
No, elected to the Hall of Fame last April.
Wow. Now, what ballot was that on? Was that on the fifth ballot, like Jimmy Rollins?
Did it give a speech as well? Sorry,
right.
Could have held myself there.
Right. Sorry. Coming up, that's a good horse.
Was that a good one? Smarty, your thoughts on being elected to the what Hall of Fame? Philadelphia Sports Writer Hall of Fame?
Smarty Jones dressed up as Paul Stanley, this is what Smarty Jones would sound like. Coming up, YouTube chat recap. and GLPs, and maybe some cookie talk as well.
Oh,
Middays with
man.
Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
The Fanatic's Andrew DeCecco.
Paul Stanley, brace. Ray Dunn. Ray, I heard you were on a Ozempic. Is that correct? You
Yes.
lost a lot of weight from the GLPs.
That's exactly it. I was not born this way.
You were not. You used to be
No.
a little chubby.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, when they put out something in this office offering Ozempic for like a sponsorship endorsement, I was the only main Dayport person left off that email. I felt skinny shamed.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, they were offering that as far as an endorsement.
It came across like sometime around this time last year, and I was the only one left off it. All the stations, only guy left off.
They were. So I do social media stuff, and I have a social media agent that said, hey, like, do you want to do GLP stuff? And I didn't really know what it was at the time. I'm like, I Googled it. I'm like, yeah, like I can't pretend I'm taking weight loss stuff when I'm not. And then it was like, was there somebody in your family that would want to take it? And it's like, nah, like I just want to stay away from it. Like I don't know what the hell's going to happen with it. And then I'm saying, yeah, take the GLPs, and then they're bad for you or whatever. But airlines apparently are, you know what they're waiting for? They're waiting for savings. As a lot of the analysts are looking at it, the GLPs, because so many people are taking them and so many pounds are being lost. You know what that means? The airlines are spending less money on fuel because their fuel is dependent on how heavy their cargo is. And the cargo is how many people are on the plane. That's why you can't bring whatever suitcases you want on the plane without them charging you.
Sure.
Because that costs them money.
Yeah.
So airlines have a long history of searching for unique methods to reduce the weight of the aircraft. Well, that's exactly what the GLPs have done. So the airlines, as if they don't make enough money as it is, they're not going to pass the savings on to you. So Ozempic and all these other drugs is actually going to save them money, Ray.
Ozempic's going to save the earth. Less fuel, right?
Yeah.
Less gas. Hey, thanks, Ozempic.
There you go.
We got an extra 10 years.
Yeah, see, airlines, it's so frustrating to deal with. You used to get the complimentary snack. You don't get that anymore. They charge you for everything. The other day, I got awarded miles. I was one of those guys that hopped off a flight one time. I was going to Chicago, true story, early in the morning.
I've done it too.
We had time, $3,000. $3,000. Like, okay.
Credit?
Yeah, $3,000 credit. Hopped right off. Got the flight 2 hours later, whatever. It was the best pancakes I've ever had in my life at the Philadelphia International Airport, just chilling. Anyway, so I go to use it 2 weeks ago to book my golf trip coming up, and in there I couldn't use the full credit on it. I had to pay like $100 for the seat charge, and it's just like it was a normal seat. Oh, it's ridiculous. Airlines they're crooks. They're all crooks.
No, and we bailed them out.
Yep.
They get the bailouts, and then they rip you off the second that they can.
Well, good. If we're gonna save some gas, why don't you extend the seat just a little bit? Give me some more room.
All right. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Are you on Ozempic?
I was just saying. Well, if it was offered to me as a endorsement, I might think about doing it.
You would endorse it.
Oh, I'd sing the song for an endorsement.
You would.
Oh, Ozempic. Paul Stanley there.
As Paul Stanley.
Now, I don't know. It would take me a little bit to do, but I would kick the tires on it.
It's just one shot a week.
That's it. For how many weeks?
As long as you want to do it.
I don't believe it's going to curb my appetite because I am just still a fat ass when it comes to midnight.
Okay. All right. So you would be the guy that takes Ozempic and gains weight.
I would.
You wouldn't stop eating.
I want that challenge actually. Bring it up.
Ray walks to work and Sean gains weight on Ozempic.
Give me the Ozempic challenge. I'll guarantee I can still gain some weight.
That's awesome.
Shoot me up. I'm not stopping from the Girl Scout cookies.
I don't know if the endorsement would work like that if you're gaining weight on it. It might be,
Yeah, exactly.
counterproductive. Speaking of Girl Scout cookies, Ray, I probably have 8 boxes at home. Sean said it to me this morning. I'm like, oh, dude, the peanut butter Girl Scout cookies are my death right now. Love them.
That time of year.
I don't have a hookup. That's my issue.
You got Girl Scouts? Is that your kids?
Kids' friends.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah. Like and it was like, all right, no, we bought like 6 boxes from the one friend. Absolutely. And then it's like, oh, well, we have Zoe is bringing some over. I'm like, we just bought 6 boxes. So now I got 3 more boxes of this. And then it's like, we have enough. So we're going to end up having another thing of buy. That's how we're going to stay alive during the blizzard because we don't have any other food.
They're good.
Wegmans is sold out.
Nobody in the neighborhood where I grew up. Like, there's nobody there, and obviously, in the city, I'm not going around, hey, anybody?
Yeah,
that's kind of a weird thing to be
less
looking for.
Girl Scouts outside stores and things like that.
Yeah.
Look, my wife brought him home yesterday, and I was so frustrated, but you couldn't tell. I ate a lot. But I just like, come on, man, I'm trying my best here. I was thinking about, I messed up shaving the other day, and I was going to do a Fat Face Tuesday, or Fat Face February, excuse me, where I shave my beard.
Yeah, I'm worried about doing that.
Because I'll tell you what, when I saw myself without the beard, I go, dude, get it together.
It would have been a Fat Face February.
It was a couple days ago, early. Fat Face January. Like, come on, man. What happened to me?
All right.
It's all right here.
I was thinking about doing it, too. Yeah, the turkey neck is not good.
Turkey neck,
Yeah, it's not good.
I'm fighting it. And then Wawa's trying to force hash browns down my throat.
Yeah, Wawa definitely is being aggressive with that $5 deal.
Good grief.
Yep. If you don't take it, they're taking your name down.
Just give me the sizzly and the coffee. I don't want the hash brown.
Well, just take it and put it in your pocket.
No, the lady literally stuffed it down my throat. She's like, no, you're going to eat this right now. Take it.
Let's get to the YouTube chat recap, shall we?
It's time for the YouTube chat recap.
How about filling us in? Let me tell you something else, man.
Watch us live on YouTube every single weekday.
I can't lie. Let me tell you something.
It's the Middays with Marks YouTube chat recap.
All right. Go ahead.
John, Ray uses the ashes from his Marlboros to style his hair. That's why it's dark red. If Bayless from the YouTube chat.
That's true, Ray?
Yes, obviously.
Do the cigarettes taste better in the blizzard and when it's cold out in the snow?
I'm going to let you know. We haven't really gotten snow like that in a while, so I haven't really been able to smoke out in the snow.
All right. What's next?
Feel Good Friday. The Sixers have 3 legit excellent guards. And from positions 3 through 5, an excellent blend of offensive starters that can score and good defensive backup from the bench. Most important, this team not only is talented, but everyone on the court is willing to shoot and hustle. Karate Mark.
Oh, what's up, KM? Yeah, I mean, and KM's a loyal 76er fan. Yeah, I'm not like I'm going to try to enjoy it as much as I can. Without expectations, even though we will eventually get expectations.
Yeah. My favorite part was people were like, oh, now you're here? Like, wait a minute. Was I supposed to be there from the jump after the season they just had? No, they had to earn it. And they've done exactly that.
All right, bandwagon. All right, so check out this dude right here. All right. Good looking guy. He's got a beard.
Good cut.
All right, take a look at the same guy without the beard.
Yeah. Whole different ball game.
Horrible.
Yep. That happened to me the other day. I was just trimming it up. Next thing you know, I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, Jane Willgrove sent me that. He's right.
Yeah.
I'm afraid. I don't think I shaved my face more than once in the last 20 years.
Should we do it for February? Fat Face February?
I'm gonna have to lose some weight. Yep.
But that's the point of it.
I know.
Because when you look yourself in the mirror and you're like, I look like that?
I know, but I want to look good before I do it.
I'll make you feel better. I'll look like I'm 10. I'll shave. And then that'll take away the attention of either of your faces.
Fat Face February. Are we doing this?
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in.
Shaving the face.
Yeah, I'll shave the face.
Motivation like no other. You look yourself in the mirror and you're like, dude, get it together.
Will Harry do it, though? Mertitas, I don't want Mertitas.
No, I don't.
But will Harry do it? Because Harry definitely is worried about the fat face.
Has he got a beard?
He's been dry all of January. If he could pull that off, he can pull anything off.
He may not have a beard. You're right.
Yeah, and you know what? He's probably slimming down with no booze.
Oh, for sure. If he's not, or he's eating to replace the drink.
Well,
right. It's like people that stop smoking end up putting on 10, 15, 20 pounds.
He's fired up about it. He's tweeting about it.
I saw it last night.
Social settings.
Put me to shame. Really put me to shame.
Yeah, Ray didn't even last a day. All right, what's next?
Is Brandon Dutz even old enough to be working at the station? MBD from the YouTube chat.
Dutz turned 21 in the last couple months.
Yeah, Dutz.
Since I've been here, because I remember wishing him a happy birthday.
He's a youngin'.
He is.
He's a youngin'.
Yep.
Gray hair, though.
Oh, he's got great hair.
Yeah.
Now, is he a guy that has great hair now, and then I take him over the Morgenstern hair in like 10 years because he loses it?
I need to see what's underneath the hood, but I believe he has pretty good underneath.
He has very good coverage right now. The hairline looks great.
Like my baby boy. Oh, I feel so bad for him. My baby boy Lane. Yeah, he's cooked. 8 months, and I'm like, man, you're so done.
I might be able to get him on the Morgenstern Hair Junior Club, where he starts getting hair restoration at age 2.
Just go ahead and do it.
All right,
bite the bullet.
What's next?
The best snow blower you can have for this weekend is Michael Irvin. Andy from the YouTube chat.
He claims it's been 20 years. I would maybe question that.
I'll take the under.
Yeah, I mean,
the playmaker still out there making plays. He's tremendous. He was always a great get.
He's the best. No,
always a great get.
Because you were putting the makeup on. We were talking about Michael Irvin's great. I mean, he's great. He really is.
He's a Dallas Cowboy, but trust me, behind the scenes, that dude is awesome.
Yeah, he is. All right, any more, Ray?
Why not hire Phillip Rivers? He would be a player's coach, the third-string quarterback, offensive coordinator, and even the head coach, Chris from Plymouth Meeting.
Why couldn't he? Yeah, I mean, he could be the backup quarterback. I mean, you think about it. They used to have player coaches.
Mm-hmm.
They'd coach owners. Paul Brown was a coach owner. Burt Bell was the owner of the Eagles, and then he was the commissioner. Why not? Why not? All right, dude, listen, everybody out there have a safe weekend.
Oh,
I know
yeah.
that the weather is supposed to start on Saturday. We will be here on Monday morning.
Damn right.
All right, I will be here Monday morning. We will hear from you Monday morning. Maybe you're at home and you're watching on YouTube if you're normally listening in the car, but we're going to have a lot of fun on Monday.
Super Bowl week. Well, not week, but, we'll know the Super Bowl.
I like the Rams outright. I like the Broncos outright. So that's my pick.
Good luck on you.
Rams, Broncos.
Yep.
All right, everybody, have a great one. Coming up next, Unfiltered with Ricky and Bill. See ya.
Now,